All right, we are live. So, welcome, Lise. I am very delighted to have you. We met briefly in December for the
We did?
first time, hopefully, not for the last time.
Mm-mm.
So, why don't you give everybody an introduction to who you are, what you do? I know you as a children's author, but I think there's a lot more.
I am a children's book author, a best-selling children's book author of Buck the Rainbow Unicorn. Oh, my name is Lise Merle, by the way. Lise
Oh, it's
Merle
Lise,
from
it's not Lise?
well, I say Lise, but French speakers say Lise. Like they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
very
yeah, that's
proper
what I
about
just
it.
said. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Formal about it.
So, it's,
My mom called me Lise, so that does not like I love hearing it like that.
okay.
But I say Lise because it's just listen. If you say Lise, people English speakers do not understand this. Anyway, yes, here's my best-selling children's book. It's called Buck the Rainbow Unicorn. My friends at Rebel News published this beautiful piece of children's literature, and it did really well over the Christmas season. It went top three, excuse me, top number one on Amazon in three different categories. One of them being hot new releases, global hot new releases. Okay, it was number one on that chart. Out of all of the books on Amazon, 40 million books on Amazon, in every language, in every genre, my book was number one in the week before Christmas, which is the busiest retail week of the year. And
Amazing.
Buck the Rainbow Unicorn was just a miracle from start to end. So I wrote it on this typewriter. Actually, right behind me, you can see a typewriter. I wrote a poem on that typewriter and turned it into a best-selling book. So I also work with Rebel News. I've been a media girl for the last 15 years in one capacity or another. I'm a mother of 6.
It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't even know how
Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 6 babies and I'm an only child. And so that is the other bookend of my life. So, yeah, Natasha and I met at the Rebel News Christmas party in Toronto this
Yeah.
December and we were just talking about this off the air. Um, Natasha came to the Christmas party like decked out, like she was wearing sequins. She looked like 1 billion Canadian dollars. Okay, she was like this vision of loveliness, whereas I had my flight delayed by 5 hours and then had to so I was 5 hours late for the Christmas party. So I came in so hot and fast in my you guys, I was in my travel clothes.
You
I
know what?
didn't even get
I'm
my
going to look
luggage or
for a picture. Maybe I don't, it would be in the vortex. Do you have a
yeah.
picture that I could
Oh,
look
yeah.
for?
I'm positive I can find one. Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember just meeting you going, we touched base on a couple things and I was like, God, I like this girl. I just like
Yeah.
this girl. And so it's so great to be here, Natasha. Thanks.
Well, I'm very happy to have you. It's been a
Mhm.
very crazy past 10 days in terms of news, and I just want to have a bit more of a light
Okay.
interview tonight. You know what I mean? Because
Let's do let's
I
do
mean, it'll never be totally light or totally serious with me, but I've been covering the Montreal jihadis all
Oh,
week, right? And on Easter
oh.
Sunday, I went to church, and then I went out to stand in the rain to hear their hate protests for hours. It's very draining, you know. It's like an energy.
Oh, girl, do I know? Do I know how much of an energy vampire fighting against evil is? You know what I mean? Fighting against evil is hard work. It is mentally exhausting, and
Yeah,
yet, it is so necessary and fulfilling that we do it anyway.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it's never boring, but
Mm-mm.
yeah, I'm looking through. I'm looking at my messages because you had this really funny exchange. Actually, I can't remember who it was, but he didn't like our Christmas spirit
Oh,
one bit.
was it Bruce Arthur from the Toronto Star? Was it Bruce? Ah, I'm sorry. I'm so. This is so sad. I didn't know that we were going to talk about sportsing tonight, but here we are having a sports podcast. Yes, Bruce Arthur. Okay, here's the story.
Let's
Hear
find
me
this.
out.
I found one, but you're not in this one.
Which one? Oh, it was Kareem Assad's post that Bruce Arthur then. Oh, look at us. Aren't we babes? We are babes. This was such a fun night,
Oh,
you
yes, you are in
guys.
this one. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
So there
There's
I
Alexa.
Okay, so everybody
I'm
here,
wearing sequins.
listen, it was like red sequins, and they had this beautiful vertical stripe to them in these
Yeah.
oscillating size.
Like
You guys,
fuchsia kind of.
it was
Yeah.
a
It's pink.
spectacular dress. Okay, it was a show. So
There
I'm
it
like,
is.
look, oh, I saw this, and it was just. I mean,
There's Karima.
it was like watching an angel descend from heaven, and there I am in my hoodie. Just like go back. I'm in tights and leg warmers. Okay,
But
actual
your
hockey.
lipstick is good and it matches. It works still. And you have your reindeer ears.
I came in so
And
hot.
Sheila's wearing sequins.
Sheila was cute as a button that night because her flight was on time. Okay, her flight was on time and she was able to get in her outfit and she was adorable.
Yeah.
But me and my hoodie, I just look back on every single one of those pictures and I was like, Lise, as I live and breathe, I will go in a ball gown on the fucking airplane next year. I am going ready for the Christmas party. Okay, I will
It
never
was hard
trust
though.
WestJet
It was
again.
hard. I didn't have much time to get ready either because there was a big snowstorm that day.
The
And
weather was hideous. Yeah, that's
the
why we
weather
were
was
delayed.
crazy.
Yeah.
And it's about a 5-hour drive with no traffic and no stops
Yeah.
in perfect weather from Montreal to Toronto.
Yeah.
And then I
Oh,
went from the hotel there and I left, I can't remember, maybe I want to say 2 or 3 hours after Alexa, but they got caught in this major accident, like in traffic from the accident, not the accident. They didn't get in an accident, but in traffic from it.
sure.
But I rerouted all the way around. And so I think I only arrived like half an hour after them. It was craziness.
Oh my goodness.
There were like
Really?
3 convoys
So
from Montreal.
So to get to the Rebel News Christmas party, it is just going to be an adventure. Like
Yeah.
just plan in advance for like some 12-hour calamity to unfold or so, just some crazy thing to happen.
Did you leave the next day? Like you came the same day and you left the next day?
We were, flew in for the party day.
Oh, man.
And left the next day. Yeah. Spent the day with David
Cheers.
Menzies. Cheers, babe. Cheers.
He's such a character.
We have the best time with David Menzies in Toronto. Like just once a year we go and just do her up with David Menzies. Just menace the whole city of Toronto. But the best part of that Christmas party was, can we go back to Bruce Arthur, the sportsing writer for the Toronto Star?
Okay, so where do I find that post? Because
Okay,
I actually had forgotten about this, so I didn't set it up. Usually I set up all my posts.
It'll be on Karima. Oh, well, it'll be on Bruce Arthur's X page.
Okay.
It'll be on Bruce Arthur's X page, or maybe on mine. I can find it. He quote tweeted Karima Saad. So Karima Saad and I sort of, we know a few mutual people. And I was just delighted to meet her, really, truly. And I said, if we posted a picture together, I bet it would make those mutual people that we know really jealous. I was like, we should do that. So we posted a picture together, really casual, in front of the Rebel wall of YouTube awards. The Rebel Awards wall, because we have all the YouTube awards. And we just casually posted a smiling photo together. And I posted the photo, and the next thing I knew is my mentions were absolutely full of beta, low testosterone losers telling me that they didn't like my cleavage. And I'm like, okay, boys.
What?
If you, I was like,
Sorry.
Right? That's how
your cleavage?
Yeah, like, because there was 2 women who both, I know this is going to shock these beta low testosterone men with cleavage. Okay, women often have cleavage. This upset them so bad, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, we're at a fucking Christmas party, and all of these losers are in my. I don't know what happened. Okay, I just didn't know what happened. Well, it was also my 48th birthday that day. Okay, it was also my 48th birthday, so I'm having all of these people tell me that I'm hideous on my 48th birthday, which, whatever. I was like, this is why I don't like the internet most times. So then the next day, I actually go through my X feed and I realize that Bruce Arthur has retweeted Kareem Assad's picture or a retweet of us, and I'm
Okay,
getting
that's
all
why.
of the loser followers from Bruce Arthur. And Bruce Arthur somehow alludes that because Kareem Assad is celebrating the holy season at Rebel News, because that's what you do. You have Christmas parties, and
Yeah, if you're normal. Yeah.
if you're normal, and so Bruce
The
Arthur
holiday
then makes this
season.
huge leap that Kareem Assad is I don't know what I can't quite remember what he said. It was like,
I
you know,
tried
if you
looking, but I
thought
couldn't
that
find it.
it would, he said something like, for everyone that thought that Kareem Assad was neutral or something like this, somehow, insinuating that Rebel News is somehow captured, or you know what I mean? Whatever.
Oh man,
That
yeah.
was all of a sudden I'm a foreign asset. I'm a whatever. What in my comments? I'm like, this cock sucker. I was like, here's Bruce Arthur digitally stalking us at a Christmas party, okay? Sitting at home in his loser loft in Toronto.
I don't know who he is. Like sometimes these people get really upset, and I don't know like who they are.
I didn't know who Bruce Arthur was before that motherfucking minute. I had no idea who this man was. I had never interacted with him ever. All I got was the hate from his followers. And then I went, well, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting that Bruce Arthur, with nothing better to do in his own life, would shine a spotlight on two women at a social function, at a Christmas party, and target them for abuse. This is who Bruce Arthur is.
Scrooge.
This is who Bruce Arthur is. And my argument is with kids in sport, because he's a sports writer, is I put my kids in sport because I want them to.
He's the sports writer who was commenting on Karima going to a Christmas party?
You bet. You absolutely, because not only is he a sports writer, he works for a federally funded left-leaning rag that,
Who does he work for?
The Toronto Star.
Oh, that's why. You should have opened with that.
Yeah, the Toronto Star.
Bury the lead. Okay, got it.
So this is why it was just all such a surprise to me. And so we're trauma bonded now, the ladies of Rebel Christmas Party 2025. And we will absolutely take you on. If you swing at us, we're going to swing back. But there will be 6 women, and we are all this age, and we are all done with it. So, Bruce Arthur.
Karima and I are not Rebel though, but we were invited and we had a good time.
But here's the thing: you don't have to be Rebel. You can just be at a Christmas party.
You can be standing beside somebody who works there, and that's enough.
These people seem to be like the left.
Someone commented pronouns in his bio.
Pronouns and yes, Bruce Arthur is. Yes, I think he has. Bruce Arthur has pronouns in his bio. Bruce Arthur defends every wrong thing that he could. Like, if there is a wrong way to take a stance on an issue, Bruce Arthur has taken it already. I love, though, for Bruce, I love this for Bruce, that his targeting of women in the Rebel office have put him on the radar of Ezra Levant. And I love this for Bruce Arthur. Bruce Arthur deserves all the attention that he can get, especially from our Rebel viewers and from Ezra Levant.
He probably likes it, though. That's the thing. Sometimes I starve people of their attention seeking if they're going for it.
You think? Well, listen, I thought that it was fetish based. Like, I felt when my picture went famous for cleavage instead of newsworthiness in front of a wall of YouTube.
You were covered up. Like, I don't even.
I was in a hoodie, and the hood, like the just felt. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. It wasn't inappropriate. It wasn't whatever.
Do you know what it is?
But I felt like digitally assaulted. Okay, I was digitally assaulted by Bruce Arthur of the Toronto Star. Exactly.
But Karima gets, I think, of all of the people that I know, because I've spent time with Karima in real life. We did a working trip together in January to Israel, and people devote entire chat rooms to stalking Karima. Like, it's crazy. Like, people are obsessed with her. Yeah, they're obsessed.
Well, and they're threatened by her. They're threatened by her.
but she gets it from all sides. So when I interviewed Karima, because I've interviewed I will talk to all sorts of people, right? Yeah. And I didn't know Karima when I interviewed her. I was just interested in her work. So I thought she came more from the progressive, like from a progressive background, but her work's very neutral. So it's really hard to know. So I didn't know her. She agreed to come on. I thought that's great. It's interesting. I'm going to feature her work and we're
Mhm.
going to have a good conversation. And I really thought she was very bright. And
She is
I really respect what
very
she
bright.
does. And since then, we've gotten to know each other better.
Yeah.
But the amount of trolling I had just from interviewing her and the amount of trolling she got because people want to paint me, even though I'm
Interesting.
like very center, they want to paint me as like a right-wing nut job or something. So I don't think I've received more obsessive commenting to the degree that I did than on that episode.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that tells me that you're hitting a nerve exactly where it needs to be hit. Because
Well, she is even more than me because I have my regular haters, but I think that um my haters are mainly people that are on the left, but Karima gets it from both sides because people perceive,
Mhm,
that she isn't, I guess, to their taste in terms of her coverage. But
mhm.
I think her coverage is very fair. It's just
Oh,
it's very straight reporting.
it is painfully neutral. It is
Yeah.
painfully neutral. There's been times that I've seen her stuff, just watching a video, and I'll be like, "Man, Karima, you could have given it to them with 2 barrels and didn't.
Hmm.
You were, uh, restrained and professional." And, like, I
Yeah.
just
She
really
just kind
admire
of
the way
covers
she
what's
goes about it.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really admire the way she goes about it. She's found a winning strategy. And it is my opinion, Natasha Montreal, that uh, well, actually, this is something Sheila Gunn Reid and I have talked about like at length for a million years. Is we if you are making your enemies mad, okay, if you can see your enemies mad, girl, pat yourself on the back. You're doing the right thing. How else, if you aren't making your enemies mad, how do you know if you're on the right track? When I see my enemies frothing at the mouth, I know that I've hit the nail on the head, and I should do more of that. I should hit that nail
Just keep
over
doing what
and
you're doing.
over and over until I am like that nail is driven uh subterranean into the earth. Okay. I'm just gonna hit that nail because I know that when my enemies are mad, I'm winning. If I know that when they tell me to stop, I should do more. And so this is just like this is a driving mantra of my life. And the crazy thing is you win that way. You win. So
Well, I
so there,
think if
that's
you
my
just
advice. It's just know that hate is validation for you that you're on the right track. That's what I do anyway. So
did you follow today what happened in last night with the CBC, the Québécois CBC, Radio Canada, with
what do you think?
Alexa?
Oh, you know what? Those fuck. Oh, excuse my language. Is there a swear jar? Do I have to?
I
We
don't swear
okay.
normally,
I
but
gotta turn it off. It's
I'm
only
not
because
gonna
I've had a glass of wine, so I beg your forgiveness.
I'm not gonna censor you. I've had some very salty people on before. You're a
She
comedian,
a
so
little,
in
a
part,
little,
right?
a little,
I mean,
yeah,
you're
a
very
little.
funny. You should be. Yeah.
Thanks, Fave. Thanks. I saw what happened to Alexa, and it was the blowback for that interview was near instantaneous. It's completely predictable and sad and kind of pathetic at this point because what are you guys scared of? A conversation? You're
It's
scared of a.
nuts.
You're
I'm going
scared
to
of a.
bring it up just because
Please.
I covered it today, this morning, but I'm pretty um
It is the height of insecurity what they're showing, what they're
it's
displaying.
just it's nuts. It's
Yep.
nuts.
Agreed. Agreed. And this is where you guys choose to live. Like what on earth?
Uh yeah. I
Mm.
mean it may not be my long term.
Well,
I
I
mean,
feel like the West is calling because that does, I mean, honestly, I've never seen women attacked like they're attacked in Quebec.
yeah.
Never, ever. Second class
Well,
citizens. Third even.
I don't know though. I mean, you look at Frances Widdowson out west and she gets physically assaulted. Do you
Girl,
know
true.
her? The
Girl.
professor?
I I had the good fortune to witness Frances Widdowson accept her George Jonas Freedom Award in
Oh,
2025. And I have never, P.S., I just want to preface this entire thing by saying I am an awards show expert. Okay. I love awards shows. I love the fashion. I love the pomp, the circumstance, the interviews, the award ceremony themselves. There is no awards ceremony I won't watch, including dog shows. Okay. And I know a good award acceptance speech when I hear one. And when I tell you that Frances Widdowson burned the house down with her acceptance speech, I've never heard anything like it. She came with so many arrows in her quiver and let them all fly at once. I remember locking eyes. Okay, it just so happened, let me just set the stage, okay? We're in this ginormous ballroom stuffed with fancy, the who's who bold name people of Alberta. Okay, all of them are stuffed.
So is this in Cowtown? Where was this?
It was in Calgary. Yeah, it was in Calgary in the summer of 2025. And we're all at banquet tables, like the 8 top banquet tables, and there are dozens of them. It is a humongous room. And so to watch the speech, I just see, like, I was seated so that I had to turn in my chair to see Frances Widdowson. And I was facing just a really well-positioned person within the Alberta government. I was literally looking at him, but listening to Frances Widdowson, who was just through my field of vision. Okay. We were looking at each other. And Frances Widdowson names every name. Okay. She takes us through a timeline of what happened to her. And as she's going, everybody's like, what the fuck is happened here? And she gets to a critical point of her acceptance speech where she says, I don't know if the government of Alberta doesn't know this, because if they know this, because if they do know this, then they don't, and they're not doing anything, they don't care. Do they not know, or do they not care? And I looked at this guy and I just winked at him like, you heard that, right? And he goes, mm-hmm. And I swear to God, 5 days later, there was policy changes within the government of Alberta that would start to right what the wrongs that happened to Frances Widdowson. This was recently followed up by a complete ban on DEI in Alberta, post-secondary institutions. So Frances Widdowson, even though she got dragged through the mud, used that moment to focus all of the attention on the problem areas in post-secondary and I guess prioritizing DEI in government institutions, and the government of Alberta fixed it. It was incredible to watch. Like Frances Widdowson, 200 years ago would have been the witch. The end. Yeah. She was a witch at her own trial. And when she gave that speech, she says what every witch says, okay? Every witch says at some point in the burning, I would rather watch it all burn to the ground than to let this go on for one more moment. Every witch has that moment. Every friggin' witch. And Frances Widdowson got it. She burnt it all to the ground. They're going to build it back with her legacy. Just watch. Frances Widdowson will win. She is that kind of woman, and I am here for her.
She's very tenacious. I admire her.
Just the best. Just the best. Yeah.
So
I'm raising my daughters to be Frances Widdowsons. Like, I can't wait for the world to experience them.
Well, I think you're pretty fiery on your own right,
Thanks, babe. Yeah, well.
This is I'll translate it for people.
Sure.
So this is from the Radio Canada, which is CBC in Quebec. And so Gerald Filion says, Paul Saint-Pierre Plamondon, which is the Parti Québécois leader right now, granted an interview of about an hour to Rebel News, a media outlet that the Press Council describes as, quote,
the Press Council.
Not the Press Council. Describes as a militant organization close to far-right circles. And Tasha Carradine and Alain Terrien discuss it, and then it's like the most humorless people, just like pure misery.
Question, comme justement les prières de la rue. Et c'est ça que je trouve, ça frôle un peu. C'est une chose de donner une entrevue, une autre chose pour être un peu chummy avec.
So it's one thing, she's saying that that the leader was chummy with Alexa. And then they go on in this, in particular, this odious woman. They go on.
That is a very kind way of describing that face. Very kind.
So I don't know if you know who she is, but she goes on to say, I don't use Rebel News as like I wouldn't use Rebel News as a source. And, some people might say that it's disinformation and that kind of thing. So Tasha Carradine has been involved in the liberal light, the neoliberal, the progressive conservative wing of the Conservative Party for longer than Alexa Lavoie has been alive. Okay.
Wow.
And she has the nerve to say and imply that Rebel News are activists. She wanted at one point to run for the leadership of the CPC, and then she decided not to, and she backed Jean Charest. Okay. So it's comically ridiculous that a woman who's been involved in conservative politics since she was 14 years old is trying to pretend that she's some kind of neutral arbiter of the truth. And she, in fact, herself gave an interview to Alexa before in the past. And on that panel, they said that they made many mistakes in reporting who Alexa had interviewed in the past. Like, it's just absolute peak CBC, Radio-Canada nonsense. So they spend 10 minutes raking Rebel and Alexa over the coals because she had a conversation. Like, she was doing her job. She had a conversation with somebody. A proper political, very formal interview. And they don't once get into the street prayers. So I emailed the SPVM 4 times on Monday. I called them 4 times. Well, I emailed them 4 times over 2 days, called them 4 times over 2 days, just kept pushing because we had this law come in, like a provincial law, Bill 9, to block the street prayers. And it's supposed to be like no religion, but it's really just specifically because we're dealing with these fanatics, these Muslim fanatics on our streets. That's why. So in any event, the legacy media have not covered this. It has been Guillaume Roy from Rebel News, Alexa Lavoie, myself, Karima, Leviathan, an OSINT account.
Oh, just the best.
That, like, we have pushed it into the mainstream, and they still won't cover it, even though it was a major event last week where there was a big speech made. It was going into Easter weekend, no prayers anymore. And then the law was not applied, and they're not even following up now. They're making the story Alexa. The story is Alexa.
But
the story is not the street prayers. Like, this is how incompetent they are. Like, it's by purpose, right? They're not incompetent, but
no, but I do think that it shows their complete insecurity and their complete lack of curiosity, because Alexa's interview with, say his name so I can learn it. His last name, what is it?
Paul Saint Pierre, like Saint Peter.
What is it?
Paul is his first name.
Paul.
And then it's Saint Peter, Saint Pierre.
Saint Pierre.
Plamondon. Yeah, so people call him, like, I was having a conversation with someone, and she said PSPP, and I didn't know who she meant.
Oh,
and then she said the full name, so his nickname is PSPP.
Okay, I like this for us, and that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, PSPP. The interview that Alexa and PSPP had did not happen in a vacuum. She was dogged. She is dogged in her pursuit of all of her interviews. She is relentless when it comes to asking questions, and she is one of the most, honestly, she is one of. Show me a journalist from the CBC that's ever been shot by police in the pursuit of their profession, and I will let them have their 10 minutes of struggle sessions. Okay, I'll give them a 10-minute struggle session to get right with themselves, because if I were them, if I had a fucking face like that woman, okay, and Alexa Lavoie scooped an interview that I didn't get permission for and nobody asked me for permission for, well, then maybe I might be a little bit butthurt too. But these,
you know what? They're not even like, so Paul made a statement. They're not even asking him for interviews. They're
PSPP said that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So yeah,
they're not even asking. They're not
lazy.
even doing their job, and then they're angry that somebody else is doing her job.
Girl, this is the reality of life at Rebel News. Okay, we are curious, and then we ask the question. Like, we are sort of unrelenting in our pursuit of, like, make this make sense. You know what I mean? If it doesn't make sense, well, then I need you to make it make sense. Alexa is a perfect example of that. And the CBC is jealous and insecure. So they should be, because here's the crazy thing. Alexa's viewers love her
Yeah.
so much. She has a dedicated fan base that I tell you is more fierce, literally, than anybody else's fan base, because they know the risk to her is so great working where she does.
And she's also totally authentic. I know Alexa. We've gotten to know each other through
Isn't
work.
she's
And
amazing.
she's 100% the same. Like, she's completely authentic. Nothing is phony about what she's doing. She is herself. She cares deeply about other people. She's very kind. She really, really wants to document and show what's happening. And she and Guillaume are shooting in RAW. These are long clips. I have been at the same events. I have the same clips because they're covering things correctly, the same way, shooting in RAW, lengthy clips. You know, you can't create a narrative when you're showing a 3-minute clip, right? Like it's not cut the way that legacy media is cutting things to try to portray a certain perspective. And people will say, oh, you know, they're creating drama. No, you can literally stand quietly filming at these events. And if the police or security are not restraining the participants, they will attack. Like that is what happens. They will physically swarm you. I don't know how many times I've been swarmed and assaulted. It's happened many, many times. So there's no need to create any situation that people are unhinged that go to these events.
I do think that there's an argument. That the CBC is complicit in activating far left activists to abuse anybody that they don't approve of. Like, without question, this happens. It's happened to me in the CBC in Regina, Saskatchewan. But the crazy thing is we get so much support from our viewers because they know that we're working on their behalf. Nobody is, you know, forcing us to say a thing or to follow a script we literally let the curiosity lead us to the story. We let our curiosity lead, and that's why our viewers appreciate us. We're an active reflection of what Canada is also experiencing, which is something that the CBC is not, and that's something that they will never be able to buy. They can't buy their reputation back from Canadians because they've violated Canadians for so long. So
I was so upset. I'm trying to keep things off being heavy, but I always circle back.
Yeah.
I was so actually angry this week because the CBC broke a story that was 5 years old that happened during the COVID regime about military psyops that were done on Canadians.
Oh.
This was broadly available at the time of the COVID regime. It was in the Ottawa Citizen. It was it wasn't in Fringe.
Planes that were flying over the convoy that were gathering people.
That part, I think, some of it was new, which is good.
Yeah.
But the central psyops part and like the wolf thing, that was happening at the time and should have been reported at the time, and it was buried.
Well,
like it was not front page. Like they deliberately were spoon feeding the COVID regime narrative to the Canadian people.
Oh, the stories that were buried during that time, Natasha, just egregious, insane things, because they were so hyper focused on their narrative. But Sheila Gunn Reid did report on the wolves as soon as it happened. I remember her doing a report. So it's but I mean, breaking through the mainstream media narrative. Welcome to our world. Like, this is our job in the independent pool of media, is breaking through that narrative and showing people what they're actually seeing, being a reflection of people's actual experience. Because at the time in COVID, we all felt the weird things that were happening in the world, like the deeply unsettling things that were happening in the world. And I think that it crossed all of.
for people who are joining us, because we have more people on now,
Hi guys, welcome.
Lise is from Saskatchewan.
Mhm.
You're a Saskatchewan, when again?
A Sasky. Just say Sasky. It's easier for everyone.
Is it Saskatchewan Nugget? What is it?
It's well, there can be Saskatchewanite. This is more of the Ukrainian German way of saying. I don't know why, but the Ukrainian Germans in Saskatchewan call themselves Saskatchewanites, and then or Saskatchewanians, which
That's
to
it.
me,
Yeah.
which to me is like a little much. You know what I mean? I just
It's hard to get out. It's
like Saskies. Saskies is cuteness, all encompassing. It's Saskies. Yeah.
Saskies is good. Yeah. I'm lost. I can't. Yeah. I give up. I'm waving away a flag.
Yeah, Saskies is great. Everybody knows. Everybody loves a Sasky. I can be your token Sasky, Natasha. Okay.
But it was better, I think, where you were until the jab passes. You had more relative freedom, right? With Scott Moe, and then he also caved.
Yeah.
He took the $1 billion bribe, like all the rest of them, right?
It was a really wild time in Saskatchewan. It felt like because I feel like the entire province thought we're on the end of every flight path. Okay, there is no flight, and COVID is a thing that came from far away. And so in Saskatchewan, I felt like we were all under the impression we're at the end of every flight path. If we're real careful, right, about who comes in for these next 2 weeks, we should be able to lick it. And 8 months later is when I actually went, okay, like what has happened here? Scott Moe said that there were never going to be any mandates in the province right before an election. And then the second he formed government, that changed.
So what was the timeline then of that happening?
Like within
his election, yeah. When did he when did he start putting in mandates?
Oh, it was immediate. Yeah, it was immediate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, things really changed.
I thought for some reason you had like a grace period where there weren't mandates in Saskatchewan, and then
we did, and then that time came to an end, and the government became really, I would say,
totalitarian, tyrannical,
inhospitable to people that were hesitant. And I think that, well, listen, it is still playing out today. The people that were disenfranchised during that time remain disenfranchised.
But did you have mask mandates as well in the rest of it? Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we sure did. No, like it was just awful. Like it was truly awful here for this sort of the same. Like I had bylaw enforcement called to my house because my own kids, we had to, like our family unit was too big for the social circles. The social bubbles. And we had a birthday party outside in our backyard, and I got a knock on my door because, we had been reported for exceeding and I was like.
So one of your neighbors reported on you.
Yeah, we live off of a humongous green space, and it's viewable from a long way away by many, many houses. And by many, many just passersby. And I don't know.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't necessarily someone who knew you.
No, I don't know what happened, but yeah, we were in lockdown for a long time.
Someone commented, "No speaking moistly."
What did he do?
No speaking moistly. Do you remember that when Trudeau was like, he was talking about speaking moistly? Yeah, I think I've had this debate before with my friend Brett Sears because he thought that New Brunswick was the most totalitarian province, but I really think it was Quebec because we had curfews.
Yes, you did. Yeah, it probably was. I don't think we
had curfews, and we weren't supposed to leave the province at one point. And
like my city coming into Regina, the capital city of Saskatchewan, had humongous digital COVID hotspot danger, blink, 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 do not stop outside of the entrances to the city limits. Like it was actually like, it was just such a crazy time when I think back on it, what happened in that time. It still feels like a bad dream.
I had like a rapid, I feel like the arc of my COVID regime torture was incredibly long, but at the very beginning, it was quite pronounced because for whatever reason, my upbringing, I guess, most likely, I was against all of it from day one. And that was very unusual. The only other people I knew who were completely like, this is a mistake, this is a psyop, like absolutely not, this doesn't make sense, were my family of origin. So I was with family and then came back to Quebec because I was taking the first vacation that I had taken in, I think, like 7 years or something. And it happened to be, this was like a long standing vacation that was coordinated with different families. It happened to be when the lockdown started. So I had called, we were supposed to go skiing. So I called the ski resort the day I was leaving to say, you're not shutting down, right? No, of course not. And by the time I arrived that night, they said that they were shutting down. So we drove to a different, we drove, we were going to ski at Kicking Horse, they shut down. So then we drove to Banff the next day, and then, or maybe Revelstoke. I think we went to Revelstoke first, and then Revelstoke shut down, so we couldn't go on day 2. We went to Banff on day 2. He said he wasn't going to shut down because it's privately owned. It's not one of these big Japanese owned or American owned
resorts,
like mega resorts, right? Yep. So he said no, but they closed down the national park, and that's how they got him.
Oh no.
And then the only places that stayed open after that were like Alaska, and like it wasn't feasible. So then we just did our own thing. But when I went back to Quebec, it was just surreal. I felt like, I just thought, oh man, like people are all on board. Like this is going to be, it's going to be at least 10 years before the economy recovers if we're only closed for a few months.
Right.
But of course, it went on and off for years, right?
On and on and on.
Like the handwriting for me was on the wall right away. People thought I was crazy. No, I'm very rational and calm, just because I was saying, like, you don't understand. Like I was pretty frantic.
Right.
I was like, you don't understand.
Oh,
like,
sis.
They're closing down the schools. Like, you don't understand. This is not going to be 2 weeks. Like, this is, if you agree to this, you're going to agree to everything. And they're like, no, it's just 2 weeks.
That was me. Okay, girl, that was
me. You were a 2-weekser?
Or
you were like me.
Okay, do you want to know when my eyes were completely blown open? It was 3 days.
Tell me.
3 days after my first booster, I got a friggin' blood clot in my right bicep, which they said, had it landed in my brain or my heart or my lungs, would have certainly been fatal. That is when I realized that I had been told a lie.
You got boosters?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Like I would have done anything to get my life back. I am not joking when I say I would have done anything to get my life back. Anything. If they were like, so we're going to need your left arm, I'd be like, take it, take it away. I don't need it that much. I'll be fine. It was truly a hideous time. Yeah. And I don't like, but I was also at a point in my life where we had a little guy in grade 2, a little guy in grade 3.
Did they shut the schools in Saskatchewan?
Oh yeah. I was homeschooling 4 kids in 3 grades during all of COVID. I was like, in March 2020. Okay. It was beautiful. The weather was just getting nice and the schools were like, we're going to shut it down for 2 weeks I was like, keep my babies at home and we can do some outside stuff. And then 8 months into it, when I got my blood clot, I was like, oh my word. But Natasha, let me tell you a story about work. Okay. So I came from radio before I had my face on the internet. I was on radio. I never planned to be in media. I never planned to be in radio, but it turns out I just stumbled into it at the end. But back in my day on radio, we had a program that had a regular caller named Conspiracy Kevin. Okay, he was a daily caller. He called every day.
I like him already.
And, he is the best. Pre-2020, okay? And everybody in Saskatchewan knows that he is a friggin' legend. He is literally universally beloved as a Saskatchewan legend. His name is Conspiracy Kevin. He would call our program every day. And he would start, he'd get on the radio line, right? Like he'd call the radio and he'd be like, okay, guys, I have some information that I really need you to know. And he'd start out real slow, right? And he'd start slow walking you through a topic that you were just talking about. And then he would start talking a little bit faster because the urgency of the thing that you don't know, but you must know, needs to be conveyed in this moment. And then at about 30-second point, he would hit the air siren. And I said, we got to play an air raid siren when the truth bombs from Conspiracy Kevin start up. So it'd be like, woo! Conspiracy Kevin would just start like with these wild stories, Natasha, for the 20 years leading up to 2020. And all of us went, Kevin is an eclectic darling. Bless him. Let him. Oh, Kevin, you're adorable. Like you go on with your what is that radio program at night? He sounded like that guy. What is that radio program?
Yeah.
It's like Coast to Coast. You go on, Kevin. You tell us your theories. 2022 hits, and we were like, that was right about everything. He was right about the entire.
Kevin, no.
Conspiracy Kevin is a certified legend in Saskatchewan for that reason. He is the Nostradamus of truth tellers. I made him a I used to joke about his tinfoil hat. I was like, do that little tinfoil hat up a little tighter in the back, Kev. And in COVID, I had him a custom hard hat made. Okay, listen to this. It was an art piece. It started off as a hard hat, and then it was resin poured with tinfoil pieces on it. So it was like a million glitters. And then I had a huge glass, like evil eye made, like as a flashlight for the top of the hard hat.
You must love it.
It's on his trophy case. Bowling trophy. I had it made for him. I was like, wait, Kev, I'm so sorry. He was like, I knew you'd get it. I knew like
he was persistent.
Yeah. He was like, I knew it would all come true. It just had to the world had to catch up to me. And I was like, bro.
That's it.
Yeah. So anyway, if you want one of those hard hats, let me know, Natasha, because
I would like one. But the funny thing about me is that I'm the most non-conspiracy theorist, kind of normal mainstream person around.
Yeah.
But it's just none of it's hidden, right? Like to me, none of it, I was like, it's all in front of your face. Like that's
not Kev. Yeah.
Like none of this is hidden. Like, why do you not see, like, do you not read Agenda 2030? Like, do you not know about these international agreements? Like, do you know what Canada signs on to? Like, this is not, I have to play this.
Okay.
Because all is not great. I don't know if this is true or not, but I had read that this was in Saskatchewan. So we're going to pretend it is. This individual, is this truly a Saskatchewanite? We'll see. So I'm going to play this. Let's see. I want to hear your comments after.
I want to say.
I have worked with 4- and 5-year-olds in schools who have genders that their parents don't want them to have. Parents' rights have suddenly been weaponized against trans and non-binary and two-spirit youth. Because I hear from teachers who are really worried about parents who might have complaints. And I think there's a perception that parents are heterosexual, that they're white, that they have a...
I'll continue, but I had read that this was a teacher in Saskatchewan.
Take your set of Christian values.
No?
This is a University of Regina faculty of education professor.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. Let's continue. Mm-hmm. Yikes. Jay has authored 3 children, young adult books with Flamingo Rampant, a publisher focused on queer trans children's books, because this is the person you would want writing books for your kids.
I think a lot of educators feel really limited in what they can do because they're worried about the imagined parent community.
Okay, sorry, I have to pause again. What is an imagined parent community?
Yeah,
and often that's the community because those parents are the loud voices in a school community. I want us to get really comfortable with challenging right-wing Christian patriarchy. I want to say things like, you can do work around sexual orientation and gender diversity with children of all ages. So I want us to think about these conversations in kindergarten. We're saying there's many ways to be a girl, there's many ways to be a boy, there's many ways to be both, there's many ways to be neither. You're going to figure out what's right for you. And we're going to follow your lead.
Okay.
On tonight's episode of My 600-Pound Sex Life.
It's everybody. Like, what? Yeah. So Do you know about this? Is it
Oh,
because
this is
Saskatchewan, in my mind, I'm like everybody knows each other. That might not be accurate.
no,
But...
no, it's true. Like all of my cousins are watching right now.
Oh, what?
No, this is true. But Saskatchewan has bad ideas imported from the East often.
Yeah.
And this is no example. J. Wallace Skeleton, which is this person's name, came to Saskatchewan from Ontario, like many, many, many other crazy, woke, left-wing lunatics, and were hired into Saskatchewan's education sphere. This is especially pertinent after May 2023, when the government of Saskatchewan proposed the Bill 137, the Saskatchewan Parents' Bill of Rights. This was then passed in October 2023. So in Saskatchewan, we are lucky to be the only parents in the nation that has an actual law for us, protecting us. However, it has been absolutely unenforced since 2023. And why it is important, why it is important to
Just
parents.
explain to people what the law is. They might not know.
Oh,
I
sure.
know, but they might not.
So the Saskatchewan Parents' Bill of Rights guarantees a number of items to Saskatchewan parents. Things like if your child is expelled from school, the school has to notify you, the parent. Okay, normal things like
they
this.
didn't have to do that before?
Nope. And so these are all just like standard things that the education ministry had gotten wrong over the years. But what had happened in COVID increasingly was the government of Saskatchewan noted a marked increase in children identifying as the wrong sex. And they proposed legislation to compel schools and school divisions to require parental consent before any name or pronoun change in school. The end. This is not a controversial take.
No, the opposite is controversial, that people would be doing things with your children.
Well, their
like
argument,
playing pretend behind your back, that's what's controversial.
Their argument in 2023 was that never happens, that teachers are never having inappropriate conversations with children. Well, listen to this professor, you guys. What did that professor just say? They said, I work with 4 and 5-year-olds in school who believe they're a gender that their parents don't want them to be. Of course, the children were being targeted by far left activists in education. The government of Saskatchewan acted on it appropriately. They had to wield the notwithstanding clause because the left erupted in such an absolute fury, and they said all the things. This is going to kill the vulnerable kids. These kids are most unsafe in the world. This is going to be a nightmare for these kids. They're going to be made homeless. They're going to be made destitute. They're going to suffer mental health. Every single person with a lick of common sense knows that no child is exploring this baloney without these crazy professors. And P.S. Every person seeking an education degree coming out of the University of Regina, which is Saskatchewan's education college, has to take a class from this person. So don't tell me that it's not.
Oh God, no.
Every teacher. This is what you guys. Just bins. This is also a very Saskatchewan thing. But for day-to-day local news in Regina, Saskatchewan, there is a garbage company. They are an actual garbage company. They pick up dumpsters and take those dumpsters and dump them. They also tell news on the side. And they tell it's Just Bins is their handle on X and on Facebook.
It's Garbage Plus News?
It's Just Bins is their handle.
Okay.
Just Bins. Okay. They're a garbage company, but they also moonlight in the storytelling business.
Very interesting. Okay.
They are the most well-respected daily news source in Saskatchewan, bar none. Okay. Bar none. And Just Bins has been telling this U of R and this crazy gender story alongside Rebel News for the last 100 years. And Just Bins are the ones that exposed this.
Okay. I see.
So high props to Just Bins. I recommend, even if you're in Montreal, follow Just Bins because they cover bar fights to the Saskatchewan legislature. I'm not joking. You watch tonight. If you guys follow Just Bins on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook right now, you will see a bar fight on their feed in the next 24 hours because it is a Friday in Saskatchewan. And that is how we settle our arguments sometimes at 2 a.m.
Yeah. When do your bars close there?
What? At 2. Where?
At
What time
2.
do your bars wait? Are they
close-
allowed to be?
They close at 3:30. Yeah.
I don't think my 48-year-old body could take that kind of abuse anymore. Like back in, sure, 20, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do this for 5 days in a row and then show up at work in between. But 48, you're like to stay at, yeah, dude.
So
that's
I
when the
used to
birds-
waitress. Like
that's
that's
when
how
the
I put
birds wake
myself
up.
through school.
Was waitress
And-
until 3 in the morning, 3:30.
So yeah, last call was usually at 3:15, and then people need to leave at 3:30, but you're corralling drunk people out, and then you have to clean, and then you have to cash out
Yeah.
and prepare everything for, the next day. And then, you're still quite alert because you're not drinking, right? When you're
Right.
waitressing.
And then, yes,
So,
your
and then you have
energy
to
is
drive
gone.
home and everything. And
Unwind.
so usually
energy
by the
level down.
time, like the earliest I would get home on a big night would be 5 a.m., the earliest. And then I would have to shower because when I worked back in bars, there was smoking inside.
Girl, yeah.
So I'd have to, definitely wash my hair, have a shower. Otherwise I couldn't sleep because I would smell like an ashtray. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough work.
Girl.
And then they
3:30
started
in the morning.
taxing our tips.
You know what? They can go straight to hell, all of them.
Yeah.
Anybody that's run off their feet as a waitress knows how valuable those tips are. Like you should.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it for the less than minimum wage because in Quebec you made less than minimum wage because you made tips. But then they started taxing our tips. Yeah.
Till 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness.
I saw a lot. I was pretty sheltered, I'd say, before working in bars, and you really see it all in bars.
Are you so happy though that you're past that part of your life? Because I am.
Yeah.
Like I love getting older.
I didn't even like going to bars when I was the age to go to bars because I worked in bars, so I felt like going to work.
I still like to tear it up like 3 to 4 times a year, like quarterly. Like I can tear it up like in my 20s. We would do a Thursday, Friday, Saturday string every week. That's what we did is we would go out 3 nights a week and just live her up for the weekend. And so now I literally need 3 to 4 months of recovery time because of the bruises and also my headache. Like I just can't do that I'm an old woman and I love getting old. Like I love doing old lady things.
I'm like pressure, headaches, age,
Yeah. I get it. I so get it.
Like as the pressure changed in that age. People ask how old I am. That's my age.
My knees can tell me if there's a severe weather front coming in. Like my pelvis gets an ache in it. And I love that.
Rain later.
Like I would never ever want to go back to my 20s or 30s. To me, those were like it's just such a grind, man. Like getting through your 20s and getting through your 30s is just it's just really such an uphill climb, all of it. And then you sort of settle into your 40s and you're like, wait a sec. Wait. So I get to be done pretending like I care. Is that
I've always been the same. I have to say, I've always been.
How do you?
Yeah. I don't know why. I've always been very, very stubborn about my views.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, my views, I've been a conservative my whole life, but it's just the things that you have to go through in your 20s. It's your learning years. Those are your learning decades. And in your 40s,
I would not want to go back to my 20s, especially like I did my 20s before, like my early 20s before I think I had a cell phone maybe when I was 23 or something. So people didn't, and I was kind of in the mid-range.
I was like 24.
Of my friends. I was in the mid-range. Like I wasn't an early adopter and I wasn't late, but people used to call, my landline and they'd leave a message. And that's how my very early 20s and late teens were done.
Is on the landline.
Yeah. And actually in bars in Quebec, I'm sure the law is still in place, but now nobody enforces it. But the law was that you were not allowed taking photographs in a bar. So people's embarrassing moments in their early 20s were not chronicled the same way they are now.
I am so delighted that when I was 20, I did like Playboy style photos. You know what I mean? Because I just like looking at
I didn't.
Like professional photos. Okay, so this is the funniest story. I'm pretty sure I nearly got sex trafficked as like a 20-year-old idiot who didn't know. I'm not joking. This is a true story. I've never told it. Never. I'll tell you the story.
So I hope your relatives, like, is this, is it kosher for them?
No.
Yeah?
It's not,
okay.
Actually, they're
like we are live streaming.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
fine. I was okay. So when I was 20, I mean, I was bubbly the same way, and I was friendly, and I remember just being approached by this person who was like, "Hey, I have the best job for you. Like, your personality is perfect for it. You will make $1 million. The guys will love you. It'll be perfect." I was like, "Tell me more." And they were like, "So we're just gonna send a van to get you." And I was like, "Game on, guys! Like, what do I pack? How long am I gonna be gone?" I go home. I tell my mom about this job offer, and my mom is my mom. Absolutely not. She looks at her cigarette. She's like, "This sounds like a big bad idea, and you are not leaving the city. Okay, to work and home. I'm gonna call and check to see if you're there." So I was like, I had to like call this potential sex traffickers and be like,
no.
So listen, my mom wants to have a word with you, and my mom works for the phone company. Okay, but this isn't my mom working for the phone company is an integral part of my childhood. So they were stupid enough to give me a phone number on a napkin, which then my mom had the napkin and then went straight to work to her security guys and was like, I'm pretty sure these lunatics are trying to sex traffic girls in the city. And then that was the end of those people in the city. Like that's amazing. What happened. But thank God for my mother. Like thank God for my mother intervening. But yeah, I find as I get older, my personality is like this personality I had when I was 8 years old, and I had when I was 21 years old, and I had all of the same opinions. But like these opinions coming out of a 21-year-old's mouth hit a lot different. Like they just did. And so I feel like I'm growing into my personality. I now identify as an 83-year-old. You can call me Glamma if you want. Like only grands is what I'm ready for. We can make $1 million. Natasha, why are we not?
I'm not involved in that. Like that you wrote me into this. No, abort.
We can do only grants. No. But all of this to say is that I love getting older, and I'm not mad about it, and I just want more of this life as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's a privilege to grow older.
It really is. It truly is.
I had some followers because most of my followers, I think, probably skew 40 and up. But I had some younger followers ask for like dating advice for conservatives. But the thing is, like, I don't know what people in their 20s, like I have a large family, so I have younger people in my orbit, but they all met in real life.
Interesting.
Yeah, like organically. So I think that may be the way that people should meet. I always tell people to go to church and you'll meet somebody at church. That's
Agreed.
All these young couples at church, right? But for people who aren't religious, they're like, well, I'm not religious, but I have conservative values. I'm like, well, it's going to be hard to find somebody that's not religious with like secular humanist conservative values. It's a tough one. Yeah,
church is a really good place to find people. And my advice to young people is, and it's incredible to watch our young people be more conservative than even we are. Like I would say that
I think the younger generation is.
I have a 30-year-old son.
What?
I have a 30-year-old son. Yeah. And he's in British Columbia. Our kids tend to leave Saskatchewan as soon as like they get their driver's licenses. And right after high school, both of our eldest kids were on their way to British Columbia. But
why BC? It's very communist there.
It's because they
not in the interior though. Like, it's good in the interior, but
they come from the flatlands. And I just say that they want a landscape for a little bit. Like landscapes are really wild to them.
For people who don't know, Saskatchewan is like big sky country.
We were geologically formed on the bottom of an ancient ocean. So Saskatchewan is the bottom of an ancient seabed. It is very flat. And if anything,
and golden. It's beautiful.
We have these beautiful valley systems. Instead of mountains, we have valleys. And so as the glaciers were retreating 10,000 years ago, melt water was rushing out the bottom of these glaciers. So we have these beautiful, sweeping, huge landscapes with these valleys. So you'll be driving along, you can see the highway like 10 kilometers down the road, but in the middle is this huge forested valley system. Saskatchewan is spectacular. Yeah, it's my favorite place. And I'm luring my older kids back. We're just like, okay, guys, it's not crazy at home, and you can afford to live here. And so I think
and they can know that if they buy property, that it's not going to be given away.
It's well, that's exactly, interesting you say that. Our daughter met a BC boy, an island boy, like a true island boy, on Vancouver Island, and he comes from a large family too, which is really interesting that, two large family kids found each other and were like, yeah, this is normal. This chaos is normal.
I think it almost has to be that way, actually.
Yeah. They get each other. They get each other's siblings.
They come from
family,
a big family.
Yeah. Yeah. And his older sibling had an entire family, 3 kids, parents, pets, a house they couldn't afford that was falling apart in British Columbia. They sold everything, moved to Saskatchewan, bought a farm, and now they've got llamas and alpacas and sheep and goats and cows and chickens, and they bought their dream property in rural Saskatchewan for a fraction of the price of what they bought their crop box house in British Columbia for. So we love that in Saskatchewan to see Canadians that want large families and to build a good life to come here. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more conservative than Alberta, because the Alberta cities are basically conquered.
That's Saskatchewan too.
Oh, really?
I live in the wokest epicenter of all of Saskatchewan, without question. Well, I mean, you just saw my university professor that teaches all the teachers that my kids have at school. So yeah, it is woke. It is crazy woke. But
that's everywhere, though. At the universities, it's everywhere, unless you can go to like a Christian university or something.
Yeah, a private university, or trade schools. But trade schools are not immune to this either. I mean, I had an email come into like a was it a Rebel viewer? It might not have been a Rebel viewer, but something for Rebel to look at in any case. And the government of Saskatchewan came out with this new training program for high schoolers. And they were like, get to know the oil and gas industry. We want to start, the kids that want to work in oil and gas should start to learn about it in high school. I'm like, perfect. And then the parents of these kids that are in high school that are taking these specialized classes have to go through this humiliation ritual of Indigenous learning to learn about the oil and gas sector. And the parents are like, I didn't sign my kid up to be guilted into thinking that he was an oppressor or a colonizer or a settler or what. We didn't sign up for this. Like, it's everywhere. But Alberta is showing us the way. They're literally showing us how to undo this. So more power.
Well, I want to ask you, this was one of the topics I wanted to discuss, because I've discussed it with, I don't know if you know DJ Yukon Strong. Do you know that account?
I love him.
Well, me too.
DJ and I have a dank DM chain happening in Twitter where just every couple weeks we'll send.
Keep it G-rated.
No. We send each other dank memes every couple weeks. That's all. I'm just saying he's a great guy. We had a moment on the Rebel News Yukon election live stream.
Okay.
Because in the Rebel, like when we do election coverage, we want to do things completely different from the CBC. So we talk about their real estate listings, like we do a Rebel News real estate report, and we go and like tour a real estate listing, the median number. This is what you can get for this amount of money.
Yeah, I'd be really interested in that.
And then we also do their local folklore and Wendigo coverage.
I learned for the first time what this was with you, and she looked at me. I was like, what is a Wendigo? A Winnebago? A Winnipeg. I'd never heard this before.
I just remembered 5 shots at the Rebel News Christmas party. Natasha just conjured this memory. We told her about the Newfoundland night hag, and then did a whole visual of how the night hag sits on the chest of people. and haunts them in their sleep. We did that at the Rebel News Christmas where we enacted
You reenacted. So explain to people what a Wendigo is. They may not know.
So a Wendigo
I didn't know
is a
until
local piece
December.
a Wendigo is a local piece of folklore. So it might be a ghost, it might be a spirit, it might be just a local piece of sort of supernatural folklore that just people in your area know about. And it turns out that every province and like every region has a local Wendigo. And so on the Rebel News live stream with DJ Yukon Strong, we discovered on air that the Yukon Wendigo is called it's called the Yukon Beaver Eater. And we looked it up live, and the images that Google, I have never, a live stream has never become so hilariously inappropriate all at the same time in my life, because me and Sheila are like to DJ. We're like, well, DJ, it's imperative that we come up to the Yukon to hunt the elusive Yukon Beaver Eater. And we'll be like, we'll outfit our RV and everything, like on the hunt for the Beaver Eater of the Yukon. And then we're like, what would happen, DJ, if we pulled up in a van that said that? He was like, I'm pretty sure like it would be great. You should just come. And we'll go on a Beaver Eater hunt together. And so we do have a loose plan. Yeah, Natasha, you want to come? You can come. Like, we got room in the van.
That's a ways, but
yeah. Sorry, continue your story about Yukon Strong. You were saying something.
I was trying to segue. I'm so easily taken in by a good story, and you're a good storyteller. This person remembered your stream, Digsy. Digsy wrote, I remember that stream. It's all coming back. The Beaver Eater. Oh, and somebody else wrote some comments. Sorry, I'm bad at checking the comments. Johnny Tight Lips wrote, it should be assumed this was back to the male or female, I don't know, the indiscriminate, the blob. Yeah. It should be assumed that those that want to work with kids should be watched like hawks, yes. And then Perel Song, which means like True Blood, said, get out of Quebec, go west, they said, and I did. Yeah, I mean, it would be good. I'm here for the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, but here is Yukon Strong's. So 1 second, let me just bring it up.
He's just the best, and he has some great. Like, I would say, Natasha, that you and Yukon Strong have some of the best takes. Like have some of the best takes online. You guys are really, really very talented. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
He's the best. There's nothing not to love about him.
It's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine. I don't know when.
So I'm curious about your take on Wexit and what the Saskatchewan view is.
Dear Ottawa, it has been a great slice, but we're done being abused by you. We're done being the breadbasket of Canada, feeding the world and getting nothing back for ourselves. We are much, much closer to our twin sister, you might have heard of her, Alberta, Canada, than we ever will be to you. And what we're going to do is wait the Alberta thing out, and then we're going to do the same thing as Alberta does. And that's how it's going to go.
I wonder, because so I've thought a lot about this, because I grew up in Quebec. Sorry, I don't know. My computer's beeping a lot. Do you hear that, or is it just me?
I don't hear it. Then. Listeners, do you hear her? With the listeners here, then let us know if you hear a beep, and we'll try and figure it out. Go ahead.
Yeah. If not, I'll just ignore it. But so I grew up in Quebec. I grew up with a separation referendum happening when I was a teenager. And so I had a long conversation with DJ, with Yukon, about, sorry, it just keeps, let me try to turn this off. Turn off all notification. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. It was just like beeping and beeping and beeping over and over again. So I had a long conversation with DJ about it. It's like a 3-hour stream or something. It was the longest one I've done by far. And we covered a lot in it.
Amazing.
But it is the first time I've felt enthusiastic about something happening in Canadian politics
Yeah.
since the convoy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't see a path forward aside from either Ontario, Alberta, or Quebec separating.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only plausible province that's going to separate right now would be Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
And then if Alberta goes, I think Saskatchewan could go
Yeah.
as well. And then
Yeah.
like DJ's lobbying for the Yukon to join so that there would be
Yeah.
access, right, to the Pacific.
It would be incredible. It would just be incredible. We would be a global superpower overnight. We have all of the uranium, almost all of the oil and gas, all of the timber, all of the water. Like we have what the world needs. And it would be an incredible adventure for adventurous people.
And you could let in the refugees.
We would have such a tight vetting process.
Yes.
For
Yeah. You'd only bring in
compatibility.
people like me.
Yeah, no, we would like you would have to pledge allegiance to like Western culture and
To old Canada.
core values where we protect our young people, we honor our old people, and we live in prosperity and in a can-do mentality. Right now, we are living it. We are really living on the scraps that the federal government throws us for playing nice with them. And we're seeing this across the political spectrum. Nobody gets anything nice unless you play ball with the federal government.
Well, the COVID, that was a perfect example because there were premiers that said, no, we're not going to put in a vaccine passport. Yeah. And as soon as the feds dangled $1 billion for the vaccine passport, every single one of them caved. So we may as well be living in Ottawa. Like no province didn't take it.
Yeah, I do believe that opened a lot of people's eyes, though, because for the first time, all at the same time, Canadians were aware that no matter what happened, we all became aware that when we take money from the federal government, when we accept our money back from the federal government puts conditions on it. You have to agree by their conditions. You have to abide by their rules, which is such a gross overreach when you think about it. And in terms of Saskatchewan and Alberta, is really interesting. A couple of months ago, this was the very beginning of this, like that sort of when Donald Trump was tweeting the Matterhorn by accident and being like, Alberta should be the 51st state. And everybody kind of went, wait a sec, we could become Americans? Could this happen? And so
I think would be a terrible idea, though. I think because so people like the 51st state, Canadian 51st staters don't seem to understand that we would just be California. We would be like Puerto Rico, but the communists would be in charge. Like it would actually just be worse. It would actually be worse. I think. So, there's no reason to think that we would suddenly become a red state when most Canadians are progressives. Like, no, we would. So
this is, I think, for Saskatchewan and Alberta, our thinking would be
if you were on your own, you mean?
If we were to be
you'd be better off alone because then you wouldn't have to deal with any progressives. Like in the US, it can change the next election. A midterm can change the balance of power.
I honestly believe that it's more of an economic decision in Saskatchewan and Alberta than anything else, because our biggest trading partner is right across the southern border. This is true for Alberta and Saskatchewan, and it would open up our ability to be able to trade with. A neighboring state is a lot easier than establishing trade relationships as an international entity. Yeah, and for Saskatchewan and Alberta, it would be our belief that all of the commies would self-export to old Canada. Like none of these people are going to remain employed by the government, because in the new country or whatever we do, if you're a public sector employee, you're not going to be able to vote in elections. You're just not. It's too big of a conflict of interest. So we're going to
good idea.
Girl, we're going to de-incentivize it. Like we're going to be like, like if you draw a government paycheck, whether you are elected all the way through the bureaucracy and contracting, if you were at any way paid by the government for your services, you relinquish your personal vote. The end. And this is for a period of until 5 years after you last worked for the government.
There could
So
also
this
be
is-
a lot of direct democracy.
Girl,
it's
we're gonna-
insane that we don't have it now, like with the technology that we have available. Like it's just such a joke. I heard somebody talking about how, well, if you don't go, to cast your vote, like I vote. I've always voted for the most right-wing option available, which is usually there aren't many usually at every level of elections my entire life. And I have never once seen the person, not a single time have I seen the person I voted for win. Not once.
Interesting.
So how am I supposed to not feel
Really?
disenfranchised, right? And I have called my MP. I have tried to work with whoever is supposed to theoretically represent me, and they don't. So
interesting.
like, how am I supposed to participate in this joke of a system
Seriously.
and feel like my vote has any power? I know before I've even voted that my vote is irrelevant, except
that it's going to be
adding up, and then potentially, they get a cut of the money. That's why I go and vote, right?
Interesting. I have a buddy from childhood who said the exact same thing not 2 weeks ago. He said, we have the most powerful piece of technology in the world.
Yeah.
We have the most powerful communication tool that humanity has ever had access to. And he goes, in the olden days, we would elect the guy from our hometown
that
to travel on the train who people trusted to take their concerns and their
there was
worries
accountability
and
because everybody knew him.
He said, I grew up in a little town of 300 and actually, if you buy my book, Buck the Rainbow Unicorn, it was written in my hometown or just off the number 1 highway. And our elected representative would take the train all the way to Ottawa. It would be like days and days and days and days journey on the train. He would get to Ottawa. He would stand up in the house. He would say the things that were important to the people in our town. He would pack up. He would take the train home, and he would resume his life. And he said, that's not the reality of our elected officials in Ottawa. They get elected and they get a golden parachute. The pension alone, the pension alone is egregious. But he goes, if they speak on our behalf, or if they don't, is never known to us. We never know what they actually do there. And he goes, if they were interested, they could find out. They could just ask us. We could tell them, like, instantaneously. Our representatives should be in constant contact with the people that elect them, saying, what do you want me to say on this? And that is never, ever what happens. We have a political class.
We can vote on every issue. I mean, I know that many Canadians are progressives and they're brainwashed. However, theoretically they are, but in reality, I know this because pardon?
Can I vape here?
In your home? Yes.
Like, no, on your on your podcast? Like, has this ever happened before? Keep going.
No, but yeah, still
don't
live your life. You're absolutely free to vape. Yeah.
Just don't.
I'm actually kind of insulted that you asked for my permission, but
well, I didn't want to listen. I didn't want this to be like, you'd be like, are you vaping? My grandma,
and you're just holding the smoke in, and you're like, no, it's coming out your nostrils, coming out your ears, like in a cartoon.
I didn't want you to be like, I didn't want you to be like, a vape truck hit my great grandma 3 weeks ago. She was killed in a cloud of grapeberry.
I don't actually know what they are. Like what actually is, what is it?
This is
what's in there?
This is a nicotine delivery system.
But it's in oil?
I don't know what magic has happened. I don't know how it works, Natasha. All I know is that the little itch in my brain that says make me work faster is scratched by this little thing.
But what's the product?
It's just like nicotine vapor. Watch this out.
It
replicates smoke a little bit, and you can vape in church if you want.
You
Like there's
cannot vape in
smokeless
church. I
vapes.
feel like you
There,
get in trouble.
1,000,000,000% you can vape in church.
You sneak it?
Holy
Do
Spirit.
people see you vaping?
No, because they have smokeless vapes. So there's no vapor whatsoever. It just looks like, and I use those in restaurants. And if a snotty waitress ever reminds me that vaping is not permitted on an outdoor patio with wine, then I just remind her that asthma inhalers come in all shapes and sizes, and she should leave her customers with medical conditions alone to their cardboardo. And we are gonna, you can piss off because I'm actively defending against an asthma attack because I have seasonal allergies, and then they go away. Because who wants to argue
She's
with
like,
the
this
lady?
is too much work. This is you can do that. Enjoy your vape. She's like, just enjoy your vape.
I just write with a Sharpie marker, asthma meds.
Oh, there's a whole thread. There's grape and blue raspberry. I feel like
Girl,
I feel like this is not good for people. I'm just gonna put it out there.
This is what Conspiracy Kevin says. Okay, so you guys, you know what? I absolutely insist you come to Saskatchewan, and I'm gonna take you
what
for lunch.
company is making these? Because I always want to know, like, if
There's a million different companies and delivery methods. So there's like this kind, which are really good. Like, I don't like this because they're so big and bulky, and it looks like a cigarette case in itself. But whatever. There's teeny tiny ones that are just very delicate and don't have any smoke whatsoever. I like those for airplanes and church. Like I said, hospital waiting rooms those are also good fit. Like there's a vape for every occasion is what I'm saying. Like I refuse to be unnicotined. I'm not a nice person when I don't have nicotine. And the young people have tried to get me on the Zins. Have you?
What is it?
Do you guys have Zins?
I don't know what a Zin is.
They're like comments. Please tell us you know what Zins are. They're like little pouches.
Z-I-N?
Z-Y-N. Or like they're nicotine pouches that you can buy wherever you buy cigarettes.
Oh, I have seen those disgusting
and they're
things
like,
before.
you put them in your okay.
That's like old timey. I feel like that's like tobacco. Like that's like an old baseball player.
It's true, but it's like super minty. And let me just tell you what it did to me. So we were at the Pierre Poilievre rally.
Isn't it just gonna give you like gum cancer?
Do you know who the pleb is in Montreal? You would sort of know. Okay, so we're not gonna listen.
We're sworn enemies. We're mutual blocks.
Are you? Mm-hmm. Do you not want me to tell this story then? Because
it's okay, but I reserve the right to trash talk him at the end.
You can. It's fine. Like it's fine. I'm not going to send him a link to this, and it's.
I'm going to crop it, and then I'm going to put up a post just with him.
Actually, he wore my super girly heart-shaped glasses in my van is what happened. We met at the Pierre Poilievre rally. Do you remember back in the glory days, Natasha, when Pierre Poilievre?
I don't remember any glory days in Canada in the past 15 years.
Well, there was like a good 15 minutes there where the Conservatives were leading by a super wide margin, and they couldn't possibly blow it. And it was a sure thing in the bag that we were going to have a Conservative government. And Pierre Poilievre was on this like backpatting tour across the nation where they were like, axe the tax, build the home, stop the crime, and then the pleb was going across the country covering these rallies, right? And we met at the Saskatoon rally in person, and he just like, because P.S., this is another side quest story, but I drive the coolest van you've ever seen in your life. I drive a 12-passenger Mercedes Sprinter van that I hollow out for my Rebel work. And so then I just park in Sunbeams and live my best life and write stories. And the pleb just like sort of got in the van with me. We were in this really great spot at the Pierre Poilievre rally. And I was like, our Rebel fan was there, like our Rebel fans, lots of them. And I didn't want to smoke in front of them because I feel like that's like borderline trashy. You know what I mean?
You
like
just
sit
They've
outside
with now. Your secret's out.
No, like a cigarette. Like I love a cigarette.
Okay, got it.
I am so French that way. Like the last name is Merle, Blackbird. Confirm with the French speakers that Merle means Blackbird. By the way, my mom's ashes are in these earrings, these curl earrings. Can you see?
Really?
Oops. Yeah. My mom's earring.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom's ashes are in here. So the pleb gets in my van and I'm like, oh, I'm just dying for a cigarette. He was like, try one of these. And I was like, okay, I might be getting roofied right now. I have no idea what this thing no. He was great. What that Zin did.
Oh, that was a Zin? But isn't that just the thing, the pocket thing that you're talking about?
It's like a little pouch in your. I'm telling you, as like a dedicated nicotine person. I love nicotine. My brain loves nicotine. Everybody loves me better on nicotine. What the pleb gave me, donkey kicked my face with like my brain fired on all. It was like fireworks inside my brain. And then the energy level just plummeted. Like it is the wildest. So this is what the pleb taught me, basically, is Zins are the roofie version of nicotine. Okay. They are going to get you so saturated. Your brain is so saturated with nicotine that it's basically just vibrating on the highest level possible. But then the down is so fast. I didn't have another Zin. Okay. The pleb kept the rest of the Zins. And that's where I feel like it was a bad idea. Yeah.
So you can't Zin. It's not for you.
You can't do it just one time. This is why I can never try meth. Okay. This is.
There are other reasons as well.
But also that I know I would be great at it. I know that I would love it. You know what? No, I could hear me on the day after the first time I tried meth and it would sound like this.
Someone's saying goodbye to you.
What?
He's saying, going to have to go. I want to watch, or she, going to watch the re-entry of Artemis, the second splashdown in half an hour.
Okay, babes. Well, let us know how it goes. Like, check back.
Yeah, found your channel with your Alberta separation video the other day. Oh, maybe he's saying goodbye to me then. Well done, by the way. Well, either way, Tim Peterson, thank you.
Hey, thanks for being here, Tim Peterson.
Johnny is saying the crack of tobacco towards your Zen experience.
Oh, it was wild. It was wild. Yeah. Anyway, that's how the pleb and I met. Is he gave me a mega dose of
ran away the first time he met me. The first and only. He literally ran away from me.
No.
He said my account was really small, and he said, "I know who you are," and he ran off. And I thought that was funny. And then he blocked me after that. And then because I was with someone with a very large account who said something he didn't like. So then he ran off. Then he blocked me, I guess, just by association. And then he unblocked me at one point. It was kind of friendly. And then I'm not sure what happened. Then he blocked me again. He goes on and off with the blocking. He's very,
I didn't know that about him. Like I didn't know that about him.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not very big on freedom of association. I don't lose too much sleep. I've been blocked and unblocked by people so many times that it makes me laugh. Actually, Yukon blocked me at one point.
Real? Do you know? I have a theory about this. I do have a theory about this though.
I feel like I still have mascara. Do I have? I'm trying not.
Mascara.
It is, but because I had to get it because every time I do this, because I was telling her before we started that I don't wear makeup. But I have to because otherwise there's no definition in my face when I'm doing this. So that's why I wear makeup. Yeah. But I don't know how to wear makeup. So I end up with it like smeared everywhere by the end. So then the young girl at the store was like, you need waterproof mascara. So I put it on. But then this morning I recorded and after I was like, heavens above, it's there again. It was here.
It's so waterproof mascara. It's very flaky. I'm a makeup girl. Natasha, you need to know this. Like
why do women, it's so bad. Why do we have to, I just have to because I'm blonde in my eyelashes. So otherwise it looks like I don't have a face. I just look like a beige blob.
I love the ritual, the ritual of beauty. I love the ritual of beauty. And I was raised by women whose mantra it was, okay, listen, this is my grandma's mantra. Better late than ugly, she'd say. And she was like, when you walk into a room, you want every head to turn, every single one. You want every single head to turn.
That's too much
And
pressure. I can't.
like I believe that women dominate men through fashion and through beauty and through, like, I believe that it is a woman dominant industry, and I love it. I love it for all those reasons.
It's
Yeah.
too much work though.
Oh, girl, it's work, but it is so.
Wearing
Do you want
makeup.
to know? Like
Men might
as a-
not know. Like we have to take makeup off at night if we put it on. That's a lot of work.
I've had an
It's like
idea
10
to
minutes.
start filming my Rebel News Get Ready with me, because if people saw what I looked like before, okay, this is a true story. People will meet me on the street, recognize my voice, and be like,
But you look the
certainly
same.
not.
Like you looked when I met you.
Girl, that's because I have 2 hours of makeup on my face.
No, but when I
Like-
saw you at the Christmas party, you didn't have time to get ready.
Girl, I did my makeup at 3 in the
you did?
morning.
Okay.
I don't leave my house without my face on, because
What?
people don't I'm not. Oh no, girl. Like, I am super into getting ready. And this actually happened. Like, I've always been into fashion and beauty.
How
Always.
can you
It's always been-
manage? You have 6 children.
It's okay. So I need to mention that I'm married to an engineer who is the most organized, right-brained, linear thought man on earth. And in our family, there's a built-in project manager. Okay. And there's one of us who is type A, and there's me who is type B. And our house is more automated than any house on
Oh, that
planet
freaks
Earth.
me out. I don't like that. I feel like then people can hack it. They can hack
When
your
I-
home.
When our kids were babies, like I'll say, toddler and preschool years, Natasha, I observed that the place that if there was going to be a meltdown, like a full 5-kid meltdown, it was going to be at the front door when we were leaving the house. So I would tell the kids, okay, let's get ready to go to the library or wherever we were going. And they would start jostling in this tiny space, and they would start fighting. And all of a sudden there was tears and somebody was bleeding. This is what happened. And I said to my husband, I can't get the kids out the door, because every time I try, somebody ends up needing medical care quickly. And he said, I think I can fix that. And so in our house, we have a song that plays. Okay. We
song?
just, yeah, like every room in our house, in every zone in our house, our house is divided up into zones. It is temperature controlled. This
is already stressing me out.
It is so, I'm telling you, I couldn't be a mother of 6 without tech. I could not be a mother of 6 without tech. Like it changed everything. So when we wanted to get our kids out the door and into the van, we would say I can't say it or it'll trigger the speaker right here. Basically, we would say the magic words. Okay, Alexa, play whatever.
You have Alexa in your house?
Oh, no. It's like a different version of Alexa. I just use Alexa, so I didn't. But we have an AI system,
I feel like you've got to get the Saskatchewan conspiracy theory guy in here to clear all that up.
Kevin hates it. He was
right?
like, Lisa. It's like, no.
Thank you, Kevin.
They're
Kevin
always
knows.
listening to you, Lise.
Yes.
They're getting your recipe. It doesn't matter if you're listening. If you're reading out a recipe to your kids, they're getting your recipe, Lise.
Yes.
Listen, to manage a house of 6 children, in the morning, for instance, just a speaker, okay? Because our kids, like if I try and wake up our kids, it is, I am so tired. I am cozy. I'm warm. I don't want to wake up. I couldn't see that. Oh, last night I had bad dreams. Mama, I was reading the book that school gave me till 3 in the morning. I'm exhausted. You know who doesn't give a shit about any of that is the Google Home. Okay, this is I don't want to activate it because it's right here. I'm
Alexa.
proving your point right now.
Yeah.
I'm proving your point right now. However, we have a wake up routine in our house where our kids get woken up gently. They get told the weather, so they know what clothes to put on for the day. They know the current events, so they listen to conservative kids-based podcasts like for the day. They know
What are they?
They're I could get you the Spotify list.
Yeah, can you? Do you mind sending
Sure.
that to me? Actually?
No,
Okay.
not at all. Then they do, like when they were ultra little and just learning routines, there was a teeth brushing song that would play. And so it was like brush your uppers, brush your lowers. It was a 2-minute song. So they all did their teeth and then they made their beds. And by the time I see them when they come downstairs, they are thoughtfully ready humans, ready for breakfast. And it is a game changer in this world. I'm telling you, it's like, it is incredible to be a mother of 6 in a tech world. There are huge, huge upsides to it. Like my great grandmother scrubbed cloth diapers for 11 children, and I have 2 dishwashers in my kitchen that start when I talk into
You
the
have
air.
2 dishwashers?
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, we designed
That's
our
the
house to live around.
dream.
Yeah, it's great. Like it's great. And
Do you
every
have
time
2
I start,
ovens?
yep. We have a whole appliance tower with all of our like our. It's like a Breville toaster oven and the microwave and the kettle and the coffee. And then we have a whole other part of the kitchen. We have 3 sinks, 2 dishwashers, 2 ovens, 2
Amazing.
microwaves. We built our house to accommodate a family of 6, and it's good because we always have 10 for supper.
Well, a family
Our
of 8,
kids always
really.
have,
You're
yeah.
8.
Well, our kids have friends over, right? And we
Yeah.
just feed whoever's here. So it's pretty great. It's pretty great. And I tell
We
you,
had a question. What wine are
Oh.
you gals drinking?
I got try not to be too jealous, but I got like a solid 13 bottle of Barefoot Pinot Grigio. Okay. I only like cheap wines. Only ever. I need it to be $13 or less. What about you?
Yeah. I'm drinking Saint-Saul-Syrah Rosé, but I don't know. I think it's Cavaziel or something. It's a French wine. I live in Quebec. We like our.
Are you a wine snob?
I am a quality price wine snob.
Okay.
So
deal.
I've had some very nice wines before in life.
too.
My old life, I used to have a lot of luxury in my old life, and I met a lot of people who were really into wine when I was at a young age, and I just didn't care very much, but I was interested, And I went one time to someone's house who had a custom-made wine cellar that was, larger
like
than
a
most
cedar,
people's
like a
basement.
cedar humidity controlled, wine.
It was
cellar?
it was all in stone.
Oh yeah,
And
okay,
there was it looked like a bank vault to get in.
Yeah,
It was
stone
very
is really
surreal. And there was a whole table that was bigger than like my dining room table at the time. For tasting, a whole process. So I've had some nice wines, but I like a really good quality wine. And I would say with confidence that the only real difference between a good quality priced cheaper wine and really high-end wines is the really high-end wines have a really long finish. So you taste it for a really long time.
So I aerate all of my wines to like extend that part, like to extend that long part. Like I want the flavor of the expensive wine, but I definitely only want the $13 wine in case something terrible happens. Like I don't. What if?
Do you have private wine stores there?
Oh yeah, we do, and it took forever because Saskatchewan was in the like you can't sell liquor on Sundays forever. We had that rule. Like we had really oppressive. The province of Saskatchewan was settled by teetotalers. The city of Saskatoon was a teetotaler community. Like they were a what was the word? What's the word of the prohibition? It was a prohibition community. So Saskatchewan back in the day was just like, oh, alcohol bad. But I love me a $13 bottle of wine. Like I'm hardly ever mad at a $13. You know what I am mad at? On the one occasion that somebody ordered ridiculous. Like I am telling you, Natasha, when they ordered the wine that wasn't on the menu, like it wasn't even listed on the menu. It was so super exclusive and like such a beautiful vintage. And it arrived and I couldn't tell the difference between that wine and like a $13 wine. I was like, oh, okay. Well, there's ways to get shafted this way. Yeah. There's ways to get shafted. And they did. They took their money for
You
I
drink
was like,
white or do you drink red mainly, or
white,
either?
white, because I like my teeth white. See,
Mm.
see. So if I drink red wine, I need Crest white strips overnight.
I like white or rosé.
Do you? Yeah, I love a rosé too, and I love a sparkling.
I'm an aggressive white drinker. Like I'll even order a glass of white with a steak. You know, that's how
Yeah.
committed I am.
Oh, I love nothing more than a white wine spritzer in summer. Like through COVID, the rule in Saskatchewan, actually, this is a fun little Saskatchewan throwback to COVID. The rule was you didn't have to have a mask on to eat or drink. And in COVID, I got super good with makeup, so I didn't cry my eyes out every day. I was like, I won't cry a 2-hour face off. I just won't. But what I will do is do my makeup and then go and hold a martini glass everywhere I go. I was like, certainly not. I'm not going to put a mask on this face of makeup that I'm not going to ruin it. And I'm also going to try and get around the mask mandates. And so I lit every photo I have in COVID, like just every casual photo. I'm like this because it's the only way you could not have a mask on your face. So there you have
So
it.
that was a good way to go.
I
You have a
pretended to-
question. I don't know what this means. It's a question for you saying, when's your Cribs episode coming, Lise?
You want a tour of the house? I told Natasha before the live stream started that, like, because I have 6 kids, this is the only corner of the house that is clean.
What
If
does
we
Cribs
did it-
mean, though? What does he mean? What is that?
Girl, stop. MTV Cribs.
I don't
Like,
know what
do you-
that is.
Back in the 90s. When MTV.
I'm not that good with pop culture because I don't really consume it.
I love pop culture. Okay, it was my first jam before the political jam, but it is fascinating for all the same reasons. So MTV Cribs was a reality show where they would walk up to celebrities' doors with a camera crew and be like, show us around your house, Ja Rule, or
Okay.
it was
Okay.
like, do you remember Nelly? I think they did Nelly's house.
Nelly, was he a rapper?
Natasha, yes, still a rapper.
This is why nobody wants to include me in any discussion about pop culture.
He was he still remains a rapper. He's an active rapper. But anyway, we got in it like
Nelly.
It was
I know a lot of music though, I have to say. Like if people ever want to play, there's a board game that came out where you play a song and you guess it. And like I'm basically like autistic genius with that game. I don't know why, but I'll be like 1940s, this song,
Music Rain Man.
I am Music Rain Man. I am Music Rain Man. But not from 2000 on. I'm good from like 1800s on, even with like the classical.
Really? Yeah. And I have a very limited window from, say, between 1997 to 2003, where I know every single thing about every single person, and that's what I like forever. But yeah,
so my dream team is like to be paired with a child, and then to be paired with someone who's really good with like maybe like a 25-year-old who's really good with like 2000 on. Like a 30-year-old,
right? You need a younger person to fill in those gaps.
Yeah.
No, so MTV Cribs was it was a scripted reality show because after
this was like one of the first reality shows. It must have been.
It was
right?
very much around the same time as the Osbournes, which was like the first reality show. This was Ozzy, Sharon, Jack, and what's her name? I should know it. It was gone out of my head.
I don't know.
Anyway, it was at the same time. Kelly, that's her name. Yeah, Kelly and Amy. Those are their kids' names.
I didn't even know there was another.
She did not want to be in the show, and she is the least known Osbourne.
I've never seen the show, but I just thought they only had one child.
Oh my God.
I don't consume. I was not allowed to watch anything but Little House on the Prairie when I was little. So I didn't develop
And you haven't
an
been to Saskatchewan yet? Girl, get here today.
I've been to Saskatchewan.
Not with me, you haven't. In the
No,
van.
I haven't. I haven't been for a very long time.
It's a different world in the van. Like I would take you today. I would take you on a Little House on the Prairie tour of the prairie. I would do that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't watch the show much,
So okay,
but that's
so
what I
Cribs,
was allowed. That was the offering.
so the wild part about MTV Cribs was
You're like,
you would sorry
no,
back to the
it's good. I can
MTV
easily get
Cribs.
off on like
Me
you can say,
too.
yeah,
Girl, I
yeah.
am the rabbit hole queen of Saskatchewan. Okay, there's no rabbit hole I won't dive down head first. But for our commenter who brought up MTV Cribs,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so they
For
would
Johnny.
bring all these hot young people onto MTV Cribs. They would give you a whole half an hour tour of their amazing thing. They had, the shot that everybody loved was the shot of the fridge. They would open the fridge. What do you have in your fridge? And
I
it would be
like seeing people's fridges. I like knowing what's going on in there.
it would be like, all of the juices and all of the things that were
Like
baked
everything in
into-
order.
color coded and everything. But then it turned out that
I have to
years-
interrupt. Do you know what
What?
I discovered on Twitter?
What?
Okay, so I thought that everybody organized their candies before they ate them by color.
Of course you do, because
Thank you.
listen, you can
Okay.
organize your colored candies, or you can be a psychopath, like whatever.
Thank
like whatever
you.
works
Okay.
for you.
Okay, but I took a picture. I put this up because someone was having a debate with me. And then most people were like, you have obsessive compulsive disorder. And that's when I realized that people are living in chaos because I just thought this was standard. I thought you get a bag of candy, you pour them out, and then you start to organize them. Boom, 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 in rainbow order, and then going down. And then and you eat until the remaining row is one of each.
I will organize my French fries in terms of length and crispiness because I like the real tiny little nuggets at the end. I can save those for the very end, and I give my husband all the chunky, really potatoey ones. I organize everything like that, Natasha. Like onion rings. Do you not make?
Are your books organized? Like my books are organized by category, and then they're alphabetized by last name within each genre.
I'm super if I didn't have 6 kids consistently just deconstructing my house, I would do. So what I do is I wrap all of my books in matching wallpaper. This is a true story.
But
I
then
buy
how do you
French.
find your books?
I read them at random, and I love it. Like I love chaos reading. I love chaos reading. Like we're like, am I gonna get
Lise, I thought I knew you.
Am I gonna get a 17th century Ukrainian Bible, or am I gonna get 50 Shades of Grey? We're gonna find out together on the Rebel News Book Club, which is actually something we're batting around right now. It's the Rebel News Book Club. But yeah. I like things to match. I'm a big fan of symmetry. So I like things to match. I've wrapped all my books in wallpaper, and it tells me that it's an heirloom book. That this book can never be donated, gifted on, in any way distributed outside of our family. Like these are heirloom books. That's what I do. So yeah.
And what's your favorite book? We should get going soon. I didn't realize I'm keeping you so long, but
your
what's your favorite?
Girl.
Book?
I feel like we just started talking 5 minutes ago. Okay, so on my shelf just behind me, I have a Norman Rockwell retrospective because I love those art books. And I have 20th century photography. And then I have Kris Jenner, all things Kardashian.
Who's Kris Jenner? Is
Natasha.
that the woman? Is that the
Natasha?
Well, I know who Bruce is.
So Bruce, oh my God. So Kris Jenner is I just feel like we have to restart this whole thing next Friday. Kris Jenner is the Kardashian matriarch and responsible for creating 6 billionaires in the world.
She has 6 kids. There are 6 of them?
Kris Jenner is also a mother of 6, and I absolutely
thought there was just the one who married Kanye, and the other one that had a lot of plastic surgery.
Natasha, my God. Okay. Okay. Well, in the Kardashian family, there are 5 girls and 1 boy.
What?
Which is converse to my
Bruce
family.
Is the father, correct?
Bruce is the father who fetishized his daughters in their growing up years. I'm not joking. The Kardashian sisters caught Bruce in their closet, like dressing in their things. So what happened was
show?
No, in private, like these things all came out
Ugh.
later. And I think so Kris Jenner and Bruce Jenner were married.
Okay.
Kris Jenner had 4 children with her first
Kris
husband.
Jenner is like a Chris
She's
female,
the
like
mom.
with a
She's the
K.
momager. Yeah, she's a K. She's
Okay.
Kris with the K. She's known as the momager. Everybody, you know what? I can just see the chats right now being like, Lise, shut the fuck up.
But what's
Just-
it? It's like what weren't they tied to OJ somehow?
Oh, yeah. So Robert Kardashian, which is Kris Jenner's first husband. Kris Jenner marries Robert
Okay.
Kardashian. They have 4 children. It is Courtney, Kim,
Oh.
Khloe, and Robert. They divorced.
So
She
Bruce
gets married.
is a stepfather.
Bruce is a stepfather, and he fetishized his stepdaughters in his wife.
Ew.
Is what I think happened. And then in the those poor women were dragged
So
into
then
the
they had
worst.
2 children?
Then they had 2 girls together, Kendall and Kylie.
Okay. I didn't realize there were different parents. I was confused by
Mhm.
all this story. Okay.
Yeah, and then it turned out that Bruce was a transsexual the whole time. A trans woman, now identifies as a trans woman, went through all the surgeries, did all of the things. And I think as I just have a lot of empathy for that family and what they went through. They went through an immense trauma in public through COVID with this. And I believe
What
that
happened? That's when people found out?
yeah, it was ahead of that.
Okay.
It was just ahead of that, but it was really like the fallout was really enormous. And I think they reacted exactly like every family reacts. They're so embarrassed that this has been made public and that this part of their
How was it
life
made
has been.
public? What happened?
Well, he had a what is this Adam's apple surgery or
Oh yeah.
like
Mhm.
the throat and the
Something
paparazzi
ectomy.
caught him.
I can't
Yeah.
remember what. Laryngectomy, maybe.
That's I think what it is. Yeah.
I
And
don't
the
remember,
paparazzi
but
caught him
yeah.
outside of the clinic. And he had been growing his hair out and sort of like transcoding for quite some time. And it turns like it is my belief that every single one of these men is porn soaked and fetish driven.
Yeah.
And I believe that he was in an environment that was so female centric because of all of their daughters that he was able to play out this fetish without them ever knowing. Like he was able to be stealth about it. And then when he did come out publicly, he came out publicly with the help of Vanity Fair and some of the biggest
Mhm.
media, some of the biggest media organizations in the world. And I do believe that his ex-wife was traumatized and his daughters were traumatized because how could you not be?
Yeah. Yeah.
How
It's
could you
super,
not
super,
be?
super duper gross.
Well, how would you? I mean, honestly, it like I think they just avoided the worst, most awful parts of it on the show because they are public. But I think that they gave I think that they did the public a great service by navigating that with a lot of grace when they could have gone absolutely sideways. So for as much as people hate the Kardashians and hate on them, I really do think that they are there's no more well-documented family for the last 20 years than the Kardashians. They're a cultural institution. And I got to
I
give it to
have
them for
almost
that.
no opinion on them whatsoever because I know nothing about them.
No, they worked their way up from nothing. Kris Jenner, like this is why I love her. Kris Jenner was once a single mom with 4 kids, no way to support them.
But what about the lawyer ex-husband?
Well, he was kind of mad at her with sleeping with somebody else.
Oh,
I don't
was she
think-
having an affair?
I think, yeah, she did have an
Somebody
affair.
wrote the mother was involved with OJ.
So Robert Kardashian was OJ's lawyer. Kris
Okay.
Jenner and
Okay.
OJ's wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, were best friends. They did all of the family things together. They were always together.
And then her husband defended OJ?
That's what happened. Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian worked in Robert Kardashian's law office during the time of this trial, the biggest trial on earth. This is a fascinating family. I'm telling you, they're fascinating.
They're not okay. That's
Well, listen, I think they attract drama, but then again, so do I. So
no, but how could your best friend's husband defend your murderer?
you know, when relationships end, and I would say that, like, with that murder, OJ and Nicole's relationship ended. There's always custody disputes with friends, and this is true for every relationship that ends. Any long-term relationship that has mutual, you know, multi-layered relationships with outside people. When there is a cleave in a romantic relationship, there's always a custody dispute amongst friends, and that was one of them. He took his side, she took her side. And that's almost the way it always goes. Almost.
Man.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me talk about the Kardashians. Length.
I just wish I could contribute. I'm not like, anytime pop culture comes up, I'm like, I can generate opinions on a lot of things, but I've told this to Karima Sad before. I've learned my lesson on X. One time, for reasons I don't understand, I decided to put out a tweet about wrestling. Okay. I've never watched a wrestling match in my life. I have no idea about wrestling. Okay. Like,
right. You don't know what possessed you.
I don't know what I was thinking. There was a lot of wrestling trending. I was kind of interested and I wanted to participate.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what I was talking about. And then all of a sudden I got all these comments and I was like, I don't even know what these mean. Like, I'm in over my head. Yeah. Like, I don't know what I've done, because my wrestling experience is I've never watched a match. And I know who Hulk Hogan is, Andre the Giant.
Girl.
And then there was the guy with the America stuff from the 80s. That's all I know.
Randy Savage, right?
There you
like
go.
Randy Savage, Miss Elizabeth. I remember.
But Karima loves wrestling. She's really into wrestling.
So does Sheila Gunn. Sheila Gunn Reid has a life-size cutout of Hulk Hogan in her home studio office. I'm not joking. Sheila Gunn Reid loves amateur wrestling more than
like actual, like, athletic wrestling, like real wrestling,
like live events. They go and they watch because Stampede.
But like
wrestling,
actual, like, competitive wrestling, or like staged wrestling?
Girl, like the fun wrestling, the staged wrestling,
okay.
the one with the story plot, and the girls.
No, because people do real wrestling, like martial arts, you know.
Nobody is talking about the storylines of the Olympic wrestling. Nobody gives a shit. Hey, in Canadian news, trans Olympic women's wrestler takes home gold. Oh, who could have seen that coming? No, fun wrestling. That's what we love. And I remember
no, I don't know anything.
Are we getting people?
Somebody asked me, do you know no, you know, I don't know. Why are you at, you know, I don't know the Undertaker.
Undertaker, bro. This guy's speaking my language. We were watching WWF before it was you remember when it was called WWF, not WWE. The Undertaker, obviously a famous vintage wrestling athlete.
I don't know.
But I was I remember getting attached to wrestling back in the olden days when Miss Elizabeth was being the affection of Miss Elizabeth.
Who's Elizabeth?
Oh my God. Miss Elizabeth was the central storyline of like 1980. Back me up here, comments.
I didn't even think there were women in wrestling.
Girl, she wasn't a woman. She wasn't a woman wrestler. She was, I don't know what her job was actually. She was like a manager or something. And there was
the managers are involved in the stories of the wrestling.
Kinda, like
it's
in a
layered
way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like she would wear cute little two-piece business suits, mini skirt business suits. Okay. And she was just really pert and like 80s awesome. And there was a fight for her affection between Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage.
Okay.
And it all played out in public. Like, who is she gonna go with? Like they were beating the shit out of each other for Miss Elizabeth's attention. And I remember it's like an 8-year. I think it was Hulk Hogan at the WWE, or at the WWF, but Miss Elizabeth actually paired up with a wrestler and then died of an overdose in a terrible, like Miss Elizabeth
in real
had a
life,
tragic life after. Yeah,
part of the wrestling thing.
She had a tragic
in real life.
Yeah, but in her star years as a starlet on WWF wrestling, I remember looking at her going, well, I want to be her when I grow up. I want grown men to pummel the shit out of each other just for my sideways glance, I thought this is peak life, what Miss Elizabeth is doing here. And then she died of awful circumstances. And I thought to myself, well, TV really did trick me as a little child. So yeah.
I think I was always, I don't know, I guess I was always like an optimistic realist, because I even remember one of my friends liked watching Baywatch, and she wanted to be like Pamela Anderson.
Girl, Pamela Anderson changed my life.
But I was like, why is she orange? Like, I had just had so many questions. I was like, why is she orange? Like, I didn't understand. Like, it was like, her hair doesn't look natural. You know, I was always, I guess, more granola.
I had a boyfriend who drank Bud Light, and he got a poster that had Pamela Anderson on it. So she was discovered at a BC Lions game in the crowd. And she was wearing do you know her like origin story? Okay, let me tell it to you because it's again pop culture and so fascinating. Pamela Anderson, age 19, goes to a BC Lions game in a Labatt blue. It was one of those beer box t-shirt giveaways. Okay. So her buddy got a case of Labatt blue. She put it on and she was like, oh, this is too baggy. Cut the bottom of the Labatt blue shirt off. She's at the BC Lions game, and the Jumbotron camera operator finds her. And the entire stadium takes one look at Pamela Anderson. This is pre-breast implants. This is pre-injections. This is basic, 19-year-old gorgeous Pamela Anderson. And they start cheering. And as soon as the cameraman goes to anybody else, they start booing. They want more of Pamela Anderson. So during this game, it's like the Labatt Blue girl. They want to see the Labatt Blue girl. And Labatt Blue saw the highlight tapes of Pamela Anderson in their t-shirt, got in touch. And within 1 week, she was the Labatt Blue girl. So they did a print campaign, like, old beer companies did. They did a print campaign in magazines. They did a poster campaign free with your purchase of, Labatt Blue, and sort of made her the visual focus of their campaign for the next 3 weeks or whatever. And that was all Playboy needed to see, to know that she was going to be the absolute biggest thing that ever hit Playboy ever. And Pamela Anderson got a call couple weeks into her Labatt Blue contract, and they said, we'd like you to audition for Playboy. Like, can you be in Los Angeles? And she consulted with her mom, and her mom said, honey, go for it. Like, if they're like, you just run as hard and as fast as you can at this. And
my mom would have been like, you're not setting foot outside the house.
My mom?
It's like, I've now changed the locks. They're interior locks as well. There's a combination.
Absolutely not.
We've now painted the windows so nobody can see into the house.
Yeah. Yeah. And
we've now cut our own phone lines and electricity.
Yeah.
That would be my mom's
Pamela
response.
Anderson's mom said, yeah, go ahead. Like, she was 20, she was 20 years old or whatever.
But that's how she got sucked into that whole world.
Her life would be very different right now if she hadn't have had that experience.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is,
I feel like it was tough for her. I don't know much, but
she had to watch a geriatric man have sexual intercourse with dozens of young women. Don't tell me that doesn't do something to your head. Well, all the playmates, all the girlfriends.
She was in. Oh, okay. She got into. Oh, gross. Okay. Yeah.
No. That was what was happening in the 90s at the Playboy Mansion. This is like everybody is real open about what happened at the Playboy Mansion after.
There? Okay.
She was Hugh Hefner's absolute muse. Like
I didn't know that she was involved in all that. Okay. I thought she got into like the rock world.
She did. Oh, the rock stars loved her because of what they saw in Playboy. She was, and I would argue she still is one of the most beautiful women in the world. She really is.
Yeah.
A stunning, beautiful.
Well, she does this whole thing without makeup on now, and I think she looks good. She looks healthy.
My favorite part about Pamela Anderson is she went from a very, very small town British Columbian experience to the wildest experience imaginable as one of the most, honestly, Pamela Anderson isn't conventionally attractive. She is sexually attractive to one of the most sexually attractive women on earth for 20 some odd years. And as she moved into her 40s and 50s, she ended up at home doing what she always did. Like there's something so lovely about that for her. And I want that for her. So yeah, Pamela Anderson. There you go. Another
Anderson. I didn't even know all
Canadian
that.
icon. Yeah.
Yeah.
True story. So there you go. I love pop culture nights over on the Natasha Montreal podcast.
I just can't say anything because I don't know anything. I'm like, it's very
Sorry.
shallow, my knowledge of pop culture.
I'll
So
help
it's just,
you.
I don't know. Everybody's so weird and gross in pop culture. You
They
know
really-
what I mean? And they just give me the creeps.
There's real boundary pushing, disturbing shit that happens there too. Yeah. But there are also there's a human side. There's a human side behind every single one of these people.
Yeah,
And
they
if
all have a story.
If they survive long enough, in the media landscape, they're able to tell the truth. But when you're young and dumb, you're swept away in it, and that's what happened to all of them. So yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, they
Yeah.
really prey on people.
Well, I mean, predators always prey on young people.
Yeah. And the whole industry.
The
But
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I've never been, I don't know, whatever it is, there's something in my brain that like short circuits. I'm not interested.
You're
Except
dangerous.
the only pop culture, and this was my cousin who would basically nagged me into becoming involved because I'm the least pop culture person, as you can tell from this conversation. But she really loves the Real Housewives. And she loved it early.
So invested. Yeah.
And she just nagged and nagged and nagged until I said, fine. She was like, none of my friends will watch this because they're all intellectuals. And I was like, well, I don't want to watch it either. And I started watching it and I was like, this is trash. And it's actually stressing me out. Like I'm getting stressed watching these women with personality disorders. Because initially I didn't know. It's like, why do they just all of a sudden start screaming at each other? This is very confusing behavior. And she was like, well, they have personality disorders. So then I started reading about the different personality disorders and I was like, oh, okay, this is very interesting. This one is histrionic. This one's a narcissist. It's like, this is interesting. And then I realized that you're just in it basically for the reunion. And then I started getting more engaged, but you end up getting Stockholm syndrome, where you start to actually care about and become invested in this craziness, which is produced, but somehow also real.
Well, and part of it that I don't think is ever talked about, because, and just let me be clear, I love the Real Housewives. I love Beverly Hills. I love OC. I love New Jersey, and the rest can just whatever. I love those three. Like I've been an every year fan of Real Housewives for that reason. There's
not
also
New York. You never liked New York.
Oh, I also love New York.
York?
I love and New Jersey. Like obviously I love New Jersey too because it's so messy. But there are many different iterations of this show that's replicated across the Bravo universe.
Yeah.
And what I will say, and I don't.
There was even a Vancouver briefly.
There was one out of Vancouver. Yeah, it didn't. I think it only lasted the first season because the women were so vapid and boring. I'm not joking. It was like the most boring thing.
But they also seemed to be the most unhinged, I think. It wasn't even making sense.
Well, and here's the thing that always
and there weren't enough. Weren't there only 4
at the reunion? There was it was a very small group, and they were there was nothing inherently. You know what they did? They cast for extreme Vancouver wealth, but not personality, and that's where it all fell down. Because we all know those painfully rich women that are just so superficial that like they can't get deeper than a puddle. That's who they platformed on the Vancouver show. But the part about the whole franchise that really sits bad with me is that the whole Bravo universe, like the whole Housewives industry, we'll say, is run by a gay man, Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's healthy for a gay man to make women fight in public that then blow apart their own relationships. I think that women's relationships are too valuable to be used as a spectacle like that. And I think that if the intent was to create long-lasting, healthy relationships where these women could truly thrive, and then the whole entire franchise would pay off because women would view in to see women winning. What we see is women accessing the worst parts of themselves, the most vapid, insecure, awful parts of themselves. And they say, well, this is real life when we want them to show real life. But I'm like, is it really real life when you have camera crews following you? Is it?
But that's what I found. Yeah, that's what I found a bit too much was one of them, her husband, committed suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like
Oh, I
through
remember.
events of the show. And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, this is not like the way that they're producing this
Uh-huh.
is actually wreaking havoc in their lives, right?
This is absolutely true. And it's
So it just seemed very unethical to me. Like the woman was very unwell and the whole situation was very fraught. So she shouldn't have
well,
been on the show at all.
You're right about that. You're right about that. Is that things changed? Actually, things did change in reality TV after that event. They realized that that there is a lot of overlap between reality television and actually living your life.
Yeah.
But they have I mean, listen,
Because I wasn't even sure about the allegations she made on the show of whether or not they were true about him, but they certainly ruined his life and he took his own life.
They were enough to ruin him mentally. And that's all some people, when people are on their last thread and then you blast them publicly, that's all the push some people need. Some people, that's all the push they need.
That's why it started for me. I was like, this is not, it's because I deal in heavy topics and sometimes I'm doing investigative reports and it's very draining. And so I want to watch TV to escape, but TV is now woke, so I can't enjoy it anymore.
Agreed.
So just watching this one, I mean, I haven't watched it for months and months, but watching this one franchise, it was so over the top that it did feel like, oh, it's like a pure escape. It's silly and beautiful interiors. I love beautiful interiors.
Me too, girl.
Travel and I would like to see where they would go, that kind of thing.
I love the
but
fashion.
Then it just got too dark.
Yeah.
And
yeah. And
like,
it can veer that way. But what I remind myself of is Kyle Richards is a producer of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
What?
It's in the opening credits. Kyle Richards is
she is.
The Kardashians are executive producers of their program and have been forever. And so every bit of drama that drives the views, that drive the click, if you can create the drama that drives the social
wonder about everything,
girl, it's all incentivized.
Yeah.
Because this is the only way that I can honestly preemptively forgive Andy Cohen for turning all these women against each other. Is it's like, well, they're all paying their bills on this show. They are let us just talk about Erica Girardi, who had the absolute worst fortune of any housewife ever. Erica Girardi was married to a super high profile lawyer. And then he was found guilty of.
He was very old.
He was 30 or 40 years older than her. He got a super young, hot trophy wife. That was Erica Girardi. He let her explore all of her passions. Her before life was fucking incredible. She had the nicest house in Pasadena. They were, private jets, Michelin-starred restaurants, schmoozing with the who's who. She was exploring all of her theatrical ambitions and artistic ambitions. And then Tom Girardi was accused of misappropriating legal funds to slush fund their fancy life on TV. He was found guilty. He has dementia. He was thrown in prison. Erica Girardi went from living in the absolute apex of luxury California living to being penniless and homeless. And I believe that Andy Cohen saved her forever by allowing her to work on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills through that time, because he could have easily said, you have no money. You've been, your reputation has been decimated. You're facing certain legal ruin, and your husband is in jail until he dies. Andy Cohen could have cut her loose at that time. But but because I do believe that he cares for the people that are there for a long time. I do believe that they have genuine relationships, and I do believe that he cares for their well-being. She is still on Real Housewives. She is still like, I love Erica Girardi on that show. I love her. Do you? Who is your favorite housewife?
I can't say I really like or respect any of them very much, but I think my favorite, I'd have to go and look at all the old ones, but I think my favorite was Lisa
Lisa
Vanderpump.
Rinna. Oh,
No,
Vanderpump. She's such a
I
beauty.
love that. I love that she has like 30 animals in her home. I love that she always wears basically the same dress in different colors, that she's always impeccably dressed. I love that she gardens. I love her English side. I love all that. I love her relationship with her husband.
Me too.
They're very cute.
They're adorable. They're enduring. They adopt like,
And she's one of the only people that I don't think was ever vicious on the show. Like she would defend herself, but I never saw her as like, they tried to portray her as like a mastermind, but I didn't see that at all. I thought she was just kind of busy with her business and, you know.
I did too. I thought that she was misrepresented a lot of the time. I think that she was just like, she's one of those, her and her husband together are such maximalists. Like more is more, you know what I mean? These are two people that believe more is more, and the more you can get, the better it is. And I believe that she adopted at least one of her children, I believe Lisa Vanderpump. And what I see her doing with her restaurant.
Yeah, her son was adopted.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that says something about her character.
Yeah.
But I believe that she is a guiding force and a very good person for people in their 20s. And when people are in their 20s, they do need good mentors, and they do need good people to guide them through that really precarious time where you're a grown-up and you have all the grown-up responsibilities, but you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So Lisa Vanderpump, I saw as a very good mentor of people, of young people. And she still is with all of her, you know, she's not a Real Housewives franchise, but she's still doing her thing, and good for her.
I think she's my favorite. And I just love the view from her home. And I love that she would have beautiful parties.
Girl, like her flower arrangements alone are enough to make me woozy. Like I mean, Lisa Vanderpump is living my dream life. I mean, I'll
right now the people are watching are like, who is this woman?
What are you guys even talking about? She's very
I'm never very girly on X, you know?
Oh, I love that. No, but I love that we're discovering this about us, because now we're gonna group watch. Like we're gonna find a show that we like together, and
it's really that's the only, but I haven't watched them for so long. I actually did a purge of all of my, because I had all of these subscriptions that I didn't even realize I had.
Yes. Yep.
I didn't even realize I had. And so I just got rid of everything. And I thought, okay, I never have time. The only thing I watch is The Housewives. Why do I have Netflix? I don't even want to support that company. Yeah. So I got rid of everything.
Girl. Yeah.
And I figured I could add back, you know, if I want to watch The Housewives at some point, when I have time, I'll add it back.
Girl, I've so done that. When the Real Housewives of OC went super trans, where
well, that's the other thing. They're pushing all that now.
Yeah, some of the shows are way better than others, but like OC, like the Real Housewives of Orange County went super insane pro LGBTQ, and I was like, I can't. I'm sorry, guys. Like, we are just living on different
Lisa's
planes.
bad for that too.
But you know what? Her restaurants would not be able to survive without.
Probably not.
They couldn't. This is a necessity. It'd be career suicide. She can move back to Britain to an estate and never see each other again, but she can't. It would be suicide. But there are, even in California, these things are being rolled back. So thank God.
I hope. I never thought I would live in such times as these.
We are in a strange timeline. We are in a very strange timeline. Yeah, but it's a good, like I will say that working in media, there's never been a better time to work in media, because there is no shortage of content. In the olden days, Natasha, in the olden days, we would have been receiving a newspaper that was printed 3 weeks ago, shipped 3 weeks ago, took 3 weeks to get to us. We'd be writing letters back to the editor If we had any dissenting opinion on anything that was in the newspaper, we would write a letter, and then it would take 3 weeks by mail to get back. And we live in this instantaneous world where there's never a shortage of things for us to cast our eyes upon, be curious about, or to make sense for people. And for that, I'm really grateful. I'm just really grateful.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would just love to be reporting on things that are a little less fraught and
I just
for
want
the
to,
kids, right?
like, if I could just report on dog shows and beauty pageants, that would be my dream life. But then we have Mark
And
friggin'
now we have
Carney.
cats at the dog shows, and we have men at the beauty pageants.
Have you ever seen David Menzies as trans cat?
What? No. I don't even know what that means.
A long time ago in Bethlehem, let me just tell you real quick. A long time ago in Bethlehem, David Menzies of Rebel News identified that this trans movement is just insane. And there's just like so many loopholes to it to exploit. And so David Menzies entered an actual feline pet show. Okay,
What?
like an
How
actual,
have I not
like,
seen this?
it's called Trans Cat. He dressed in a body-hugging bodysuit with no legs. Okay, just the suit, ma'am. Put him, I'm not joking. This is why he's a legend, and I will love him forever. Sat in a rolling cat cage and was rolled into an official cat show.
When did this happen?
Years ago. Sheila got to read when we were in Toronto.
I have to find it and send it to me.
David Menzies trans cat. He got dressed up in little ears, identified as a cat at the cat show, and was
they let him in?
Well, they were like, he was like, don't discriminate against me. That would be wrong. And then got in a cage and got people's opinions. Like, what do you mean? Do you not think that a human can't become a cat? He said from his body leopard print cat. I'm not joking. It is the wildest thing I've ever seen. And that is David Menzies for you. And this is why he's a Canadian treasure. Yes. And he'll just go down in history forever. But trans cat. Yeah, David, I'll send it to you. I think we should bring it up again for Trans Day of Visibility.
Yes. Yes.
Trans cat. I'm trans ages again.
This year? I missed that day.
You missed Trans Day of Visibility?
It was invisible to me. Yes.
I don't know how you can avoid them. They stick out like sore thumbs wherever that, like, for instance, I went into my local YWCA because I was seeking shelter as a vulnerable, abused woman, and bam, there were the trans people visible for everybody to see in the shelter. Went to change in a women's room, and there was the trans man visible for everybody to see, like balls out, balls in stalls. I don't know how you could miss them that day, but that's one of my favorite holidays now. So I celebrate Trans Day of Visibility almost all the times.
Every day for you.
Yeah, like if there's a male athlete and a female team, I'd be like, look! It's Trans Day of Visibility again. What are the chances? Yeah, while the boys stand on the fucking #1 podium and take their gold medals from the girls, I go, oh, look how visible they are. My goodness.
Johnny just added, to take a full circle, David Menzies and Natasha Carradine were on AM 640 in Toronto at the same time. That's interesting.
Hey, can you tell that to our Alexa Lavoie? Like,
I'll tell her. I'm not sure. We have to fact check it first.
We'll get her to poke David Menzies in the shoulder and be like, David, true or like fact check, true or false. Interesting, babe. David Menzies and I have radio in common. I feel like I developed this voice because I knew nobody could ever see my face. Like, it was really easy to say things, but now that there are crazy people that want to punch me, it's a lot different, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Johnny. Oh, and P.S. Johnny says only creepy old men drink Labatt Blue, including my ex-boyfriend.
I didn't even know it was still around.
It is still around.
I'm not a beer drinker because it's very filling. In Quebec, we drink more wine, I think, than any other province per capita. And the only time I can have I'm not a big drinker, but the only time I can have a beer is on a very hot day, like on a vacation in the mid-afternoon, and then it doesn't fill me up, and I'll have like a beer and enjoy it.
That's amazing. We drink
It's very
beer, like
filling. It's like it feels like a whole meal.
yeah, it's like a protein it's a prairie protein shake. Girl,
Barley stew or something, you know? It's
this
like
is like it's a meal replacement. This is what we do in Saskatchewan. Do you guys put
this is what we do in Saskatchewan. It's just like we don't even eat.
It's a prairie protein shake, we call it. Do you guys put mix in your beer? Because in Saskatchewan, it's called like clamato juice. Do you guys put clamato juice in your beer?
No.
Come to the prairies right away.
Why would you why would you do that though?
It makes it salty and tomatoey, and it makes it like
you
a
put
meal.
Clamato juice in beer?
Girl, all day long. It's called a beer and clam. Ask anybody on the prairies. It is the most popular way to drink beer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Like
pulling my leg?
Nope. It's called a beer and clam. It is delicious, and it's like
so like how much clamato?
Like just like 2 ounces. 2 ounces of clamato with a full bottle of beer or a can of beer. So it's just like it makes it sort of orange. It makes it salty, and it's delicious. Like it's just. We also,
but you know what? I try things. I try things, but it doesn't appeal to me on first thought. It could be good.
When you come to the prairies, I will order a barrel of wine from France, and we will just roll you into it. Like just you'd be like, just give me 10 seconds at the barrel, and by your feet we'll do like this. We'll make that happen. I want you to have a magical time. That will ensure it.
Yeah, don't open with the beer with the clamato. I feel like that's a very hard sell.
You're
welcome.
That's a hard
sell.
Yeah, like with chunks in it, maybe. You know what I mean? With a couple of like sardines floating on the top.
No, nobody should eat sardines ever. It's just, I don't even know why they're around. Although, I mean, on a Caesar salad, I could say sometimes it can happen.
Like some nice little chopped pasted anchovies are fine. They're fine.
If they're discreet, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want anything whole. Actually, last week, a person served me a very whole fish with its whole head on and an eyeball looking at me.
I don't like the head. I don't want to deal with it. You know what? Like, it's like crab. Okay. I love crab.
Me too.
But I can't deal with that. Someone else has to prepare it for me.
You want the legs away from the eyes and the thinking
I don't want to deal with it. I'm like, if there's a man at the table who's going to take care of it, that's fine. But I can't be cracking shells and like pulling things. Like, I'm not made for that.
Do you not bring scissors to the lobster restaurant with you?
I've literally never shelled my own. I'm very bratty about certain things, and one of the things I'm bratty about is I'm not going to be doing that. That is a man's job.
I am going to bring some garden shears.
I don't hunt, and I'm not going to do that either.
Oh, I will bait your hook. Like I will absolutely bait your hook when we go fishing. It's fine.
I know how to fish, but I've never had to kill a fish because I had siblings to take care of those things for me.
Right. A person to do the job.
I don't do those things. I like the easy stuff. I like to cook, but I want it all prepared before, like go prepare the fish for me. Right. And then I'll take care of it after. I don't want to do that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's fine, babe. Like you're too pretty to shuck your own fucking crab legs. Like
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it.
If I'm being
I can center flip a canoe. I know how to fly a plane. I can drive a boat. I can do all these things.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do certain things.
Do not make me deglove my own crab morsels. Okay, no. It is rude. I'm too pretty to have to do that for my.
Thank you.
And I just bring like a mallet and some garden shears to Red Lobster. That my kids were on buttered noodles for, I swear to God, until their 12th birthdays, all of them. Okay, we were part of the buttered noodle club. They were just not adventurous eaters. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like they were just. You know why? Because I think the first one, like we have the last batch, which is a batch of 4. We had 4 babies in 3 years. And the oldest baby of that batch was just a very cautious eater. Like
you had 4 babies in 3
years. Yeah.
Do you even remember that time in your life?
It was, my husband and I are like, if we could survive that, we can survive literally anything and nothing can stop us now. Like it was so chaotic. It was just so chaotic. But yeah, we were on butter noodles. Our eldest guy was just not an adventurous eater. He breastfed exclusively until 17 months. He never tried food. He didn't want food. He was like, I have my mom. Why would I friggin' need any of this outside garbage? So when he did start on food, it was just P.S. He only started on food because I had another baby I was nursing, and he was crowded out of the breastfeeding like area. There was a baby there. So then he started buttered noodles, and then he stayed on him, and that guided everybody else because he would poo-poo all of the other food. Well, he discovered the crab legs.
He set a bad tone.
He set a bad tone. It's fine. We've worked our way through it.
Have they gone, like they eat other things now, right?
Yeah, and we knew that the tide was turning when they started liking seafood, and we're like, oh man, so Red Lobster.
That's a big one, I think, for kids.
Girl, like it was a game changer for us to go from literally buttered spaghetti, no cheese, no sauce, no nothing, and like butter toast to crab legs. It was like humongous.
Yeah.
So we took our kids to, the Red Lobster, which is painfully fancy in Regina, Saskatchewan, when they had an all-you-can-eat crab legs night. And I was like, Jason, I swear to God, I'm going to get our money's worth. I'm taking garden shears and I'm taking a mallet and I'm going to deglove those crab legs. And our kids are going to absolutely if they love crab legs, they are going to get their absolute crab leg extravaganza. And we just started ordering them plates, Natasha. And I would just like a savage.
So you're the person I need to go out with. You'll take care of it for me.
100% I'll bait your hook. 100% I'll take your fish off your line. 100% I will deglove your crab legs. I'm a mom of 6. One more, you could bring me 4 more of you, and I'd be like, fine, it's fine. It's just
she's manageable.
Just one more. It's great, honey. I'm happy to do it.
I love to cook. I just don't like to prepare I don't like any of I don't want to deal with the fish heads or anything like that. It's too,
agreed.
And the cheek is supposed to be the good part. So in restaurants where they've brought the whole fish, I've asked them to take it out for me. And they will. They're
little cheek. The cheek that I had just the other day was beautiful. And it was it was sea bass. It was the whole thing. And it was spectacular. Yeah. I would recommend it. Just try it.
I love seafood, except for sea urchin. I won't eat that. Or eel.
A sea turd is an eel. Like who would ever?
It's very strong. It's very strong. And sea urchin, I've had only once in my life because now I know to say ahead of time that I pretend I'm allergic. I'll be honest. I'm not.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's so disgusting. It's like urchin, like urchins
like
in the ocean
spiky,
that are all spiky.
Yeah.
It's a delicacy, but it's impossible to chew, but yet it's gelatinous.
Oh.
Like it doesn't break down. So it's like hard, yet also gelatinous. It's like cartilage, like a loogie all at the same time. The first time I had it, my friend thought I was choking because I didn't know what to do.
Because you were just trying to, right.
I was like, I can't chew it. I can't break it down. It's too big to swallow. I don't know. I don't want to spit it out. I'm in a nice place. I'm going to embarrass my friend. And I was like, oh, and she was like, do you need assistance? Are you okay? Like, can you speak? Sea urchin. So it's not highly not recommend.
I'm not going to try it now. Like now that you've said that.
But I know people who love it, but it's not good at all.
Those people are suckers for punishment. I feel like they like people that like cilantro, for instance.
I like cilantro.
I have never tried anything so disgusting in my entire. Every time, if it is in soup, if it is even a garnish, if it is even looked at my plate, I swear to God, my brain screams red flag. This is poison. If you try it, you will die. That is, I'm not joking. Like the reaction is so severe.
I've heard that for some people, it tastes like soap. If they have, like it tastes with their whatever for whatever reason. But no, for me, it tastes. I like it.
Girl, like for people that like it, it is pleasant and it is quite nice and it makes everything fresh.
Yeah.
But for people with like the genetic marker, and P.S., people that hate cilantro also have the same, like that same gene that makes us hate cilantro, and it's all built into human biology. Our bodies are actually trained to detect poisons. Like in nature, we would be the guys out in the forest being like, this mushroom not good, don't eat it. Like this would be, this mushroom good. I don't detect any badness about it. But cilantro people that hate it can also detect the aroma of arsenic. So
Oh, that's
if
interesting.
anybody tries to poison me,
Does
and
it smell sweet?
it smells like almonds, they say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Almonds, like a distinct smell aroma of almonds. They say arsenic, but it's like 20% of the population, and people that don't have the gene cannot detect it at all. I do, so I could also be a food tester, like for a very, very important person. I'd be able to, like my kids, they're butter noodles. I'm like these are safe. It's fine. Yeah.
Not poison.
Food tester. Yeah, this craft dinner is fine. It's not poison. Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
ma'am.
there.
We're almost at 3 hours.
Well, when you said that you had Yukon Strong, I know, and you are so far, you're 2 hours ahead of me, so I know it's late. But when you said you had
yeah,
a
it
DJ
is
from
getting late.
Yukon Strong, I
You
was
wanted
like,
to beat him, right?
I was
that
immediately
activate,
in
like,
I was in immediate competition with him, and I was like, I'm going to say Yukon Beaver Eater until the cows come home, until he comes back and we talk about it as a threesome. You know what I mean? As a team. The Wendigo.
The Wendigo.
I just love it so much. Beaver Eater.
He knows
The
a lot.
night
Did he
hag.
know what a Wendigo was? Is this like an out west thing?
He
that all
did.
of you know about?
He actually. I think he didn't know. Like he had heard of the Yukon Beaver Eater, but maybe just wrote it off as something.
No,
like,
but did he know what a Wendigo was?
Yeah, I think
Is
he
that
did.
a common word out there?
It's a west. I think
Like
it's a Western word, but there's
Past
also
Ontario. Everybody
there's also
knows.
there's also like other. You know, they're like a spirit walker. They're called, or the night hag. There's a
The
night
night hag
hag.
is my favorite
And
after learning about her.
she comes and sits on your chest and terrorizes you in your sleep. You can't get up. Because there's a woman about my age, like with chin hair like mine, like with the, you know what I mean? And she sits on top of here's you, and here's the night hag, and she just crouches over your face and screams at you to do better. And I just really relate to that character for some reason. Can't tell why. I should rent myself out as a Saskatchewan night hag. Where if you need like a pep talk, I'll sneak into your house at night and mount your chest and scream into your face that you deserve nice things. I'm gonna do.
I'm sure there's a market for that somewhere.
You know what? This is how I get sex trafficked again.
I know. It's like your instincts are not good.
The people that know me really well have described me as a person that could get abducted and not know it for upwards of 5 business days. True story. I can see
You're
it.
like, why am I in Dubai?
Bro, this is great. But seriously, like, can I call my husband? My husband is going to start to worry about me. Actually, my husband's so great. He doesn't start to worry until the 72-hour point. Like if I haven't contacted him in 72 hours, he starts getting suspicious.
72 hours.
Yeah, he married an only child. Like he
But
knows
it should be before then, no?
He said he thought so at the beginning of our relationship, but I was like, I'm really not a daily check-in person. Like I'm more of a I'm
But
more
you
of
live
like a
together.
he can feel my energy though. Like he knows that I'm fine and just in the world existing like a only child that doesn't need anybody's permission. Because I think that's my default. It's like I don't need anybody's permission or validation to do nothing as an only child. Like all I need is an idea to fully commit to my idea. And then I'm like, I'm not going to tell anybody until it's a successful idea. Then I go away and hide and come back when things. So my husband is, I'm not joking. Like he's just made for me. He manages the project, our family project, our life project. Yeah. Well, I'm an only child and missing in action for 72 hours or more. It's just what I do.
Very cute.
Yeah, where did you go? I was being a night hag.
Then I got trafficked.
I was in night
Made
hag
it back. I'm
training.
still alive.
I'm a training night hag, Jason. How do you think I'm one of those? You just try doorknobs. You just try doorknobs till you find an open one. And yeah. Don't make better decisions. Me as a night hag. Oh God, I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, I could do that for a job. Oh, are you good, babe? Like, has this been fun for you? Has this is like me being the needy man after a encounter. Was that okay for you, babe? Like, are you, is it okay? Like, tell me.
I
don't
like
wanna
to
be
laugh. It's good.
Good. And I
I
think
can't
it's
always have like very intense topics, you know?
yeah, girl. Yeah, I know. It's good to have this. Like, it's good to
Yeah.
have sequins and wine on occasion.
Yeah,
So thanks,
exactly.
honey. Thanks for having me. I hope
Well,
your
thanks for
viewers liked
coming
it.
on. I hope so too. I mean,
Yeah.
we're getting interesting feedback.
I hope your viewers liked it, and you just
Yeah.
let me know like when DJ's available and you're available, and then we
That
were
would be
all
good.
talking.
That would be good. He thought it could be good to do like a Western separation, like a panel.
Yep, any day, girlfriend, any day. Yeah.
So maybe because I never do, I've only had more than one guest on once, but I used to have spaces with Brett, but he's
Oh, nice.
like
Yeah.
less on X with groups, but I find it hard. Like I kind of, I think it would be good to try, like maybe once a month or something. But I
would
like
love it.
topic specialists. Like I like to get to know someone, and I like to really hear and explore specifically a topic. And when you have a panel, even if they're all topic specialists, it can be hard for each person to kind of get out the information that they want to, because they just have 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there.
I grew up on a radio panel where there was always 3 people. And what I find is that panel environments, you can blast through topics because you are constantly bouncing, like you're developing your next thought based on what those other 2 people just said. And I find that it's just like a really nice flow for especially long podcasts. So if you wanted to do one, girl, I'd be game. And look, I just
Yeah,
put
that would be good.
I just put my fight bun in. Like,
Your
this is what
scrunchie.
this is what I wear to fight the left, is like so they can't get a hold of my hair. I was raised in Northwest Regina, and this is what we do. You would know. Watch, I'll show you
You
how
can't
we
wear
got ready.
earrings if you're going
Watch
to be
this.
street fighting.
You would see me come like, you would know that you were gonna get some of my Northwest energy. I put my fight bun in. But also I'm having a hot flash because I'm 48 years old and I had to welcome viewers. I'm so happy you guys came.
Right. On that note,
Babe, this has been so fun. I would spend
has
every
been
Friday
fun.
with you. Yeah.
it's
And
good.
and
It's
thanks so much.
relaxing. I feel
Girl.
relaxed. I'm like, I have lots of endorphins from laughing. I feel calm.
Happy. Well, then
you
my
know?
job here is done. But I knew I loved you right from the second I met
Me
you.
too.
I
Yeah.
forgot about doing the
You have
I
really
think-
good energy. You're like,
Thanks.
when people know when they meet you that you're just a good soul.
Thanks, babe. Thanks.
You're
Well,
welcome.
I'm trying to find my way into heaven at the end of this. So,
Yeah. I always joke that I'm going to get to St. Peter. He's going to be like,
really? Is that what you envision?
No,
Is that
I
what
think
you
I'll get
envision?
in. I think I'll get in.
I have a super clear, vision of what it's going to be like when I get there. And because I'm an only child, and my whole PS is another part of me that like you should know about if we're going to be friends, all of us, is that I was orphaned completely by the time I was 30. Like I had no family left, none. Yeah, because I was an only child, and that's what happens sometimes with only children. And so, it forms part of, and maybe I think that forms the biggest part of my personality, is that I'm forever just trying to delight people and make those little fun connections. And I'm so happy I made one with you, Natasha. So thank you, honey.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
This has been great. Let's do it again.
It has been, and everybody should go buy your book.
Oh yeah, Buck the Rainbow Unicorn. Can you hold on? Let me grab this. Let me just grab my typewriter. Hang on. Hang on. I have to take my ear. Hold on. Just give me 2 seconds.
There. It's up.
It's called Buck the Rainbow Unicorn. It's a triple #1 Amazon bestseller. If your children or any child has been a victim of trans ideation, they absolutely need this book. Fun fact, I wrote it on the Trans-Canada Highway, which is how it went #1 in LGBTQIA books for children and families.
You're subversive. I love it.
It's like I planned it that way. So
Yeah.
thanks for letting me hype my little book, Natasha. It's been a real pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, my darling. I'm going to turn off the stream. So everybody, thank you. Johnny said great episode. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
Awesome, Johnny. Thanks for being here. Like, yeah, I think he was here the entire time. So I
think so too. It's like
listen,
a nice Friday night.
Johnny, let me know if you need a night hag visit. Okay.
Johnny, you're not safe.
Violently give you good advice. You're asleep. Okay. Love you, Natasha. Thanks for having me.
You too. Yeah.
Okay,
God
good
bless.
night,
Have a great
everyone.
weekend.
Thanks, babe. You too.